Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. How's everybody doing? Let's see, we got Ryan of the House Roundhead. What's up? We got Mr. Peabody, Adam Shawhan, Wildcat, Jip. What's up? I think I know who you are. Tina, level 3. Donald Hudson, Dave Bob is here. Stephanie B, what is up, Stephanie B? How's it going? How's it going? In the skies, what's up, E-Boyd? How's it going? So yes, at this point, guys, Hell in the Cell has officially started. We're in the first official match of the night with Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton in the Hell in the Cell match. Nothing too crazy so far. The one match that was on the pre-show was the Tag Team Championship match, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match of the New Day versus Rusev Day, and unfortunately Rusev Day lost, which I am quite upset with because it's just stupid not to put the titles on them, and they're still teasing. They haven't done a heel turn yet, but ooh, that looked painful. They haven't done a heel turn yet, so it's kind of like, what's going on? Mr. Peabody, how's it going, man? Good Sunday for some Odin level 3. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. 70B, are we in the wrestling? Are we in the wrestling game? Yes. Whenever there's a major pay-per-view, I'll have it streaming and also talk. But again, I'll take comments and questions about things that aren't wrestling as well. Luckily with wrestling, it doesn't require my full attention like a movie does. So I'm able to pay attention to everything else. E-Boy, current favorite wrestler. Ooh. Oof. I like Seth Rollins. Depends on if the question is NXT currently or the main show. Because NXT, Tommaso Ciampa is awesome. He's probably one of the best heels working today. If I had to pick from the main show, Seth Rollins is up there. His character and his story have been really bad lately because they've been putting him in the Shield, and the Shield has just been nothing lately. So I like him. I actually really like Braun Strowman a lot too. Braun Strowman's my boy. Alexander, hello. I saw this one loser. He defends The Last Jedi and debunks the whole plot holes thing. Yeah, so basically, I'm not going to do a video on that because Matthew Kadish already did a whole article dedicated to it. So what I plan on doing is going through the article and picking out like the best parts of it because it's solid stuff, but I want to be able to summarize it. And so I'm gonna report on Matthew Kadish's take because he's spot on with it. Anthony Franklin, what's up, man? How's it going? Super Enemy Gamer, may I ask what Hell in a Cell? HIAC is Hell in a Cell. And the reason why it's HIAC is because if you put Hell in a video on YouTube, it gets demonetized. So I'm basically trying to avoid the demonetization game at this point. Even though my live streams, you know, I always make it a point to never you know, for my live streams, never to have them on constantly. You know, I always put them on unlisted after because apparently it helps with the algorithm. So that's what it means, though. Laura, hello, Odin Chat. What's up, Laura? How's it going? How's it going? E-Boy, Dean Ambrose is... I like Dean Ambrose. I think they could have done a lot with him when he came back. And unfortunately, his character is already just... He needs to turn heel or something. That's what I think. Shawhan, arf, what's up? Shawhan, how's it going? Laura, are there like the? Are there like the? Excuse me? What you talking about? Shawhan, Odin, we misjudged. It's all good, Shawhan. Super says, did you all have fun watching Aliens? Dude, it was so good. We watched the extended edition, which I've actually never seen before, so it was great. Everyone seemed to have a good time. And so next week we're going to be doing Blade Runner, the final cut. And then 2 weeks from then we'll be doing Spaceballs. So my birthday weekend we'll be doing Spaceballs for our movies. So N7 Myth, what's up, N7 Myth? It's been so long, man. What's up? How are we doing? I'm doing fine, N7 Myth. I miss having you in the chat all the time, man. It's good to see you here. It's good to see you here, man. And again, guys, if you want me to read your comments or answer your comment, please either put Odin at the very front or tag my channel in. Either way, I'll see the comment and I'll read it. Otherwise, I'll just read it and I might not read it out loud or answer the question directly. I just want to make sure because I want y'all to be able to talk to each other, and I'll know when you're talking to me when you put my name in the beginning or tag my channel. Laura says, sorry, is there a bunch of bad words for YouTube? Sorry, fat thumb, small key. Oh, it's all good, Laura. It's all good. Well, that looks painful. Oof. Being squeezed between a ladder right now. Super Blade Runner. Oh, yeah. Hooray for dope sci-fi that only kind of makes sense. Well, I will say the final cut makes the most sense. And when you watch it once or twice, it's really great. I think Blade Runner 2049 is the better film, personally. I'd rather watch that film over and over again, if I was going to be honest. But I like the final cut a lot, so I'm excited to watch it again. It's been a while since I've seen it. And, yeah, but Spaceballs is going to be fun, for sure. Wildcat says, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back. Hands down, Empire Strikes Back. The correct answer is it is the best Star Wars. Hands down. And Seven Myth, I miss it too, but this darn time difference. Yeah, I know, man. And I know that I don't go live very friendly to anyone in the UK or anyone in like Europe who's, you know, 8 or so hours different, because it's like the middle of the night when I go live. So unfortunately, that's the case. Cheyenne Wiener Dog Clan says, Odin, we miss JYD. JYD. Dave Bob. Hell. See, I can say hell, but if it was in the title, for some reason, it'd be demonetized. I only know that because I watched and follow wrestling channels, and they all had HIAC, and they made a point to explain, saying the reason why we're doing that is because we were getting demonetized. So I decided to follow suit. E-Boy says, WWE is trying to form a tag team between Rollins and Ambrose, but it isn't working. They should both be separate. I would like to see Ambrose and Rollins fight again. Yeah, I mean, I would too, personally. The only thing that would make their being together worth it and the Shield being back together worth it is if Roman Reigns turns heel and goes against them. Then they would have a reason to exist, and then it'd be fantastic. Yes, you're right. You're right, Wildcat. Anthony Franklin says, sorry I couldn't join you all for Aliens. I had work in the morning as I live in the UK. No problem, Anthony Franklin, man. I understand. As I said, I understand that the time difference doesn't work for everybody. Level 3, did you see the new Predator movie? If so, is it worth seeing in theaters? I personally liked it. I gave it a B-. It's funny. Just know that when you go into it, it's not a Predator film. It's a comedy. It is a typical Shane Black comedy with Predators in it. So if that doesn't sound like it's your cup of tea, I would wait for it to come out on Netflix or something. But if you want to have a really good time at the theater, I thought it was entertaining. I laughed a lot. Don Hudson says, Trin made it to the Marines drop, then she went, something's about to go down, and I don't want to be a part of it. That's awesome, Donald. Dion says, hope you are doing well, hanging out in Discord, talking behind your back. Just kidding. No problem, Dion. That's the reason why I had the Discord there, man, is so that way y'all can talk to each other if you don't want to talk in the actual chat. Laura says, does Tico have something in her hand to, is she giving a thumbs up? She does have something in her hand. Actually, speaking of that, there it is. She dropped her gun. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick. Boom. Now she can defend me. So yeah, she's got her gun in this hand, and then she's got her taser, the one that she tases Finn with in the movie. Wildcat, gotta go. Have a good stream. Well, thank you, Wildcat. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. Super says, I've only seen Final Cut once. Respect it, but couldn't really follow it. I'll definitely try tuning in next weekend, because I think watching it with experienced fans would be great. No, for sure. And I'm sure that Greta, ooh, no. So right now, Randy Orton has a screwdriver, and and Jeff Hardy, he has the gauges in his ear, so he's got the giant holes in his ear, and he's been making a point to like pull on his ear, and it just looks so painful. So I don't know what he's about to do with the screwdriver, but I'm sure it's gonna be painful. Boy. Yeah, but also we usually have Greta in here. Oh, no. Please, no. Oh. He's twisting the earlobe with the screwdriver. Please don't rip it. Please don't. Oh, please don't rip it. It's not worth it, man. I'm sorry, guys. Alright. Okay. Low, bro. Alright, anyway. E-Boy says, I'm leaving to go to church. Have a good stream. E-Boy, thank you so much for stopping by, and have a blessed time at church. Mateo says, saw The Predator yesterday. One of the worst films of the year, in my opinion. Found it boring and pointless. 2 out of 10 for me. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I mean, it's not a film for everyone. I will say flat out right now, you're either going to love it or hate it. And I liked it because I went in knowing it was going to be a comedy. So, but yeah, super. Anyway, Greta comes in and she gives us a lot of fun chat. So, Tina says, so is this the new Predator movie intended to be a comedy, or is it everybody laughing because it's unintentionally funny? No, it's a comedy. It is a legit comedy. I think that's the reason why so many people are not really liking it or are having issues with it overall. So, yeah, definitely a comedy. Yeah, I know Laura liked it too because, yeah. Super says your reaction is priceless. I know. It's just, oh my goodness. Like, you don't understand. Like, imagine there's a hole in the ear and it's being stretched to like the limit, and you have a screwdriver and you're turning it, and no, can't do it. And so Miss says, take it away. Why do you let him pay with the screwdriver anyway? It's true. Cheyenne says, the junkyard dog, sir. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hound 3000 watching Hell in the Cell. Yes, I am, Hound 3000. Are you watching it? Yes. I was reacting because there were some disgusting things with a screwdriver and an earlobe going on. And anyone joining in, taking that out of context. Oh, that was uncomfortable to watch. Uncomfortable to watch. So yeah, I do have the audio somewhat low coming through on the screen, so it shouldn't be picked up too much by the microphone. I don't want to get caught with a copyright, even though I'm not showing anything. Laura says, after Predator, I'll never look at thumbs up without laughing. Yes. Yes, Laura, I get you. Tina says, oh, wow, about the Predator. As you said, no wonder so many people are shocked and disappointed. Sounds like a definite wait until my brother buys it on Vudu. I know, right? Knowing what your brother buys, he's probably going to end up buying this film. JKD, what's up, JKD? How's it going? I thought a screwdriver was a drink. Well, it is. Jason Clark, what's up, Jason Clark? How's it going? Great to have you back. 70B, I had a great Sunday. I really did. So I've been making it a point. Ooh, bleeding on the back. That does not look good. I had a great Sunday. So the last 3 weeks I've been going to Latin Mass, the Tridentine Mass, at my parish church, and it's been really, really great. It's been very spiritually beneficial. So I had a great Sunday personally. I love learning more about the way Mass was celebrated for centuries before the 1965 Vatican II, and it's just fascinating to read about and to follow along. And now that I've been to a few times, I'm starting to get used to the differences in the format compared to the Novus Ordo or the ordinary form of the Mass. Somebody says, "Yay!" Somebody, I hope you had a good Sunday. Oh man. That looks very, very painful. And 7-Myth, that's yeah. It's just like this. Uh-oh. Look what I did there. Yeah, now next thing you know, they're gonna bring this into something. Tina says, yes, the Predator will go alongside the copy of The Last Jedi. Oh yeah, so yeah, a quick history lesson. So originally the Mass, basically the Mass would have been celebrated in Latin, Greek, depending on where they were. So in the Eastern Empire, it would have been celebrated in Greek. In Rome, it would have been celebrated in Latin, because eventually Latin became the vernacular of the area. And so we saw that there was kind of that difference between the two. The first missal, like the first actual official celebration of the Mass, was not established until the Council of Trent in the 16th century. So the Mass was essentially the same as far as the words and everything else from the 1500s all the way until the 1960s. So several centuries we had pretty much the same Mass, with a couple updates from, here and then from the Vatican. They brought a few updates into it. Oh man, he's getting Randy Orton's bleeding all over the place right now. But anyway, so the first missal, like the first book essentially of how the Mass should be celebrated, was not established until the 16th century. Before that time, though, the Mass had always been the same. There was always the liturgy of the Word and then the liturgy of the Eucharist. So there was always a reading from the Scriptures, and there were always the celebration of the Eucharistic meal as well. And so the other stuff has pretty much been what has changed over time. So, but yeah, good point, JKD. Michael Stark says, hello, I was just on Doomcock, and he don't want to release his chicken. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Perth Comics, what's up, Perth? Super says, not even a Predator fan, but even I can admit that making a Predator comedy was a weird decision. Oh, for sure. It is definitely a weird decision. I think that financially, and I did a video on this for Geeks and Gamers. It should be live now, actually. And I made the point saying that I think that the movie's going to end up making money. They might even be able to justify making a sequel. But if they decide to make a sequel with this type of film, with this type of comedy in the Predator universe, they've got to make a change. Like, they've got to make a huge change, or otherwise the second film is not going to make money. Let's see. Darth Thanos. Randy Orton needs to do cocaine. Lord. JKD says, I visited St. Nicholas Eastern Orthodox here in Cincinnati. It was all Greek to me. Literally. Yeah, so yeah, there's Eastern. So it's interesting how it is because there is still the big division. In 1054, there was a schism between the Eastern and Western Church. So that's why we have the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church. But over the centuries, some people in the Eastern Orthodox Church have come back into union with the Pope in Rome, and so they are actually called Eastern Catholic, and they are still allowed to keep their liturgy, which would be in Greek and would be a little bit different as well. So, fun fact. Fun fact. Perk Comic says, don't forget Jim Carrey's The Mask from the 90s. Ooh, that's a good one. That is definitely a good one. Probably one of the best comedies of all time, I would say. All right, we got 2 ladders set up here. Also, I'm worried about Jeff Hardy because he is definitely injured. Because it doesn't take very long for him to just start limping, and I believe that he's actually hurt. But this guy just continues to, put his body on the line. So I'm assuming, I personally think that this match is being used as an excuse for him to either go away to recover or to go away for a little bit and then him come back as a different character. So Eric Coleman says, my wife just yelled at me to get off my phone while we're out to dinner. So good night. All right, yeah, definitely listen to the White Edward Coleman thing. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. The Maronites, yes. Yeah, so there are different Catholic. So there are several different. Oh my God. He's hanging from the cell and swinging. And just went face first into a table. Oh my God. Holy crap. Holy crap. But yeah, so there are other rites too. When I say rites, it's the celebration of the liturgy. So there are other rites that are both in union with Rome, and of course there are others that are not in union with Rome. Maronites is another example of one that's in union. To the best of my knowledge. Last time I checked. Super says, also, so Jeff Hardy just lost. Randy Orton wins. And somebody tells me Randy Orton is probably about to try and put Jeff out of commission. Super says, also, don't know if you talked about this already. Sorry, I'm behind on my subs. But how do you feel about Cavill Superman rumors and fans wanting John Hamm as Batman? Well, it's already been confirmed, or at least it's already been put out there, that it was all rumors, that there is no truth to these rumors, that essentially the Hollywood Reporter's sources are full of it. They don't know what's actually going on. And so that's not only been confirmed by the studio, but also even Henry Cavill himself did a video where he didn't say a word. And all he did was he videoed himself in a Superman shirt picking up a Superman action figure. So he's pretty much confirmed that he is still Superman for the moment. Now, could it happen eventually that he might step down? It's possible. But it's not looking... I mean, at this point, it's pretty much been proven that it was not the actual case. So yeah, I mean, John Hamm as Batman, could work. Could possibly work. 70B is ready for the Cowboys match. Perth Comics, cage matches are great. Yeah, this is a Hell in a Cell match. So it's a giant cage, essentially, that surrounds the entire ring. Though, to me, a Hell in a Cell at this point, because even someone like Shane McMahon, who is not a full-time wrestler, if even he can get thrown off, or if even he can jump off the cage and go through a table, I feel like if that doesn't happen at least once, it's an okay match. Meth Hardy says Darth. He's clean now. I will say this: it seems like he's gotten himself cleaned up a bit, but now he's dealing with actual legit injuries, and this is where it gets tricky because one of the ways that some people deal with pain is through drugs. So I really hope that whatever he's going through right now doesn't lead to that. But also, it's going to be interesting to see if Randy Orton tries to put any more damage through him. Because to me, that wasn't enough to put someone out of action. Like, yeah, going face first through a table was bad, but I mean, it just, I don't know. It doesn't look as impressive as it would see. I don't know. It's hard to say. Darth Thanos says Rose Tico as Superman. Oh my goodness, yes. Rose Tico would be the best Superman ever. Talk about breaking barriers. Not only a female Superman, yes, but also Asian Superman. That would be amazing. I know I would be excited for that. I'm of course kidding. Super says, personally, I don't know if sources are full of it as much as Warner Brothers trying to pressure Cavill. I think they wanted to freak his manager out because they're tired of negotiating. It could be that. I mean, it very well could be. As I said, like, obviously more can come out. He could end up leaving for all we know. But the last thing that was told to me, the last thing that I heard from sources was that it has been proven to be false, at least at this point in time. Face meet table, table meet face, Darth Thanos. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. Super says, by the way, did you see the article Comic Book Resources posted daring to ask the question if the DCU even needed Superman? No, I did not. But it's interesting that you would not need Superman in the DC universe. It's not like you're really filled with characters that people are dying to go see in the theaters, and you decide, oh yeah, they don't need Superman. Please, they need a full they need a full do-over with the DC universe right now. JKD says, face first into a table. No, we're talking about wrestling, man. But I do appreciate your analogy. Tina says, Rose Tiga, a Superman, she'll ram in everybody and tell them it's to save the ones we love or whatever nonsense she spouts. And so, Myth, I have not finished the Thrawn trilogy yet. I got so far behind. I am in the 5th season of Clone Wars, so I've been binge watching Clone Wars. I'm almost towards the end because I just need to finish season 5, and then season 6 will be the last one that's currently been made before season 7 finishes off the series eventually. So that's where I am. I'm gonna try and get back to Thrawn, but I've also been listening to a couple of audiobooks and reading a couple books. So I've been reading through Fear, just because I want to see what in the hell people are freaking out over. It's a new Bob Woodward book, so I'm reading that on my Kindle. And then audiobook, I'm listening to The Dictator Pope, and it's a book specifically about Pope Francis and his background, and to try and explain like where he came from and how to explain some of the things that have been going on in the Vatican. And this is all prior to all the stuff coming out recently with the abuse scandal. So yeah, it's that's kind of where my mind is right now. So I'm definitely planning on catching up with it, though, because Thrawn is fantastic, and I cannot wait to watch it all. And then Franklin says, it would just be Superman visiting a casino planet and doing nothing, says Franklin. Yes. Freeing the animals. It's not doing nothing. It's saving the planet. Perth Comics says, Marvel Shazam could replace him temporarily. Oh, yeah, that's true. Look, it's Captain Marvel. Let's see. Super says, and have you been following the Witcher Netflix drama? They've managed to piss off more than half the fan base before the show's even out. So yeah, I know a little bit about it, but basically I heard that it has a lot to do with SJW casting, because they decided to change the ethnicity of some of the casting, and it just doesn't. Yeah, I have not followed it much, so I don't really know. Kegger's here. What's up, Kegger? How's it going? Mateo says, are you excited for Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie? Could it have Oscar potential? I don't think it's going to have Oscar potential, mostly because the Oscars have already proven themselves to be anti-superhero film. The best chance that they had was to bring in this popular film category, which has been done away with, at least temporarily speaking. And so the thought that I have is that Black Panther's probably still going to get nominated, but it has less to do with the fact that it's a good superhero film and more to do with the fact that it's all to push forward a political narrative at the Oscars. So that's kind of my thought on that. But as far as Joaquin, whether it's going to be good or not, I think it's going to be great. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he'll be a great Joker. However, I know that an actor left the project because of the fact that they were trying to get the villain to be a caricature of Trump. And if they continue in that direction, then I think it's going to be garbage. Because, again, if they try and bring in modern-day politics into a superhero film, I think that's going to be a major blow to it being an actual good story, personally. That's where I stand on that. And, again, I really hope that they decide not to go the political route, because if they don't, I'll be there opening night. If they do, I'm not going to go see it in theaters. It's simple as that. I have no desire to push forward and support movies that are going to push forward a political agenda of any kind. Super says, I'm only excited for Joaquin Phoenix, nothing else. Yes, the same here. Like, at this point, the only thing that is exciting about this film is the fact that Joaquin Phoenix is going to be the Joker, because I think he is going to do a great job. He's a great, very talented actor, and I think he's going to hit it out of the ballpark. The question is the script going to be there, and who is the supporting cast going to be? But again, if they try and make one of the big bad guys at the Joker, because again, this is an origin story of the Joker, if they try and make his boss or whatever a Trump caricature, then it's just going to be painful to watch. Warren Roars here. What's up, Warren? How's it going? Greetings, Father Odin. I think he will be a decent Joker, but better not to have political agenda either. Oh, absolutely. I think he's going to be great. The question that remains is, are the writers and directors going to try and put a political spin? Because I think a lot of us are just so tired of it. We're so tired of it. Like, I really do wish that at the Oscars, or even at the, I think the Emmys are tonight, I really hope that if they try and become political, unfortunately it's not going to be the case because everyone in the audience is going along with that same liberal SJW ideology, and so they're just going to cheer along with it. But it'd be great for them to try it and just be booed to hell. Like, I think that would be a great image. I think it'd be awesome if at the Oscars next year they try and make a political agenda and then people just start going shut up and like boo. That'd be amazing. That'd be fantastic. Unfortunately, that's a pipe dream. It's never going to happen. But that would be better than what we have currently right now, for sure. Let's see what we got. Kegger says, had Odin on Salmacast for a bit, was watching his newest video on Last Jedi vs. Black Panther Blu-ray sales when I got his chat notification. Nice, Kegger. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's interesting to look at those numbers because the current numbers on the numbers.com are not fully updated because I've heard that Ethan Van Sciver and a couple others, I think even Jeremy did a video on this as well, about how the new numbers show that Black Panther has now surpassed The Last Jedi in numbers, which I'm not surprised by. I don't deny that that's true. I'm just going to wait for the numbers. Is a pretty reliable site, pretty good with keeping track of all those things. So once that updates, you know, that's when I'll have a little bit more of an idea, but I don't doubt that that is the actual case. I'm sure they got I'm sure they got it from a legitimate source. Tina says Alec Baldwin was going to play Thomas Wayne as a Trump type, but he's now left the project. I don't know if his idea will continue. That was what it is. So yeah, they were trying to make Thomas Wayne into a Trump type, which to me means they're trying to make Thomas Wayne into a bad guy, which kindly just goes against everything that we know about Thomas Wayne from any portrayal of his character that we've had so far. So yeah, I really hope that's not the case. You know, whether it's the villain or whether it's Thomas Wayne, having anyone being portrayed as Trump in a fictional show that is outside of modern day politics is stupid. Just ask the people who wrote Solo. Super says, one more thing and then I'm done with superhero stuff. Thoughts on the potential Supergirl movie? Personally, I think it's a mind-dumbingly stupid idea. So yeah, it depends if it's Supergirl or Superwoman. If it's Superwoman, it's going to be so SJW because they're already doing the shows. They're already doing the Superwoman show. And that one is going to be, you know, it's going to be contained in its TV show narrative, and it's going to go full SJW. I mean, obviously, like, people, and don't get me wrong, like, her being a lesbian has nothing to do with what I'm talking about here because that is in the comics themselves. But you know that they're going to take that narrative and push it to the limit and try and put in that identity politics into the entire show. That's what even the regular Supergirl show has started to do that now. When they announce, oh yeah, we're gonna have the first trans actor or the first trans character in this universe, which I'm just like, yeah. So I stopped watching Supergirl, and if they're gonna make a movie, as long as they don't get freaking political, it'll be fine. Tina says Jeremy and EVS are saying Black Panther has outpaced Last Jedi. So when I saw your video, I was kind of confused. Yeah, so I know that some people were confused by that, but based on the source that I go to for Blu-ray numbers, it has not been updated yet. So yes, there's a Supergirl and there's a Superwoman. They're two different characters, two different people. Warren War says, Odin, I agree 100%. No politics, no HW's agendas. Yes, exactly. We do not want that. Per Comic says, I saw Solo on the weekend. It didn't have the Star Wars magic, but there was some okay parts. They stuffed all the lore surrounding Han big time. No, yeah. They screwed up his background. No doubt in my mind. Are there certain elements to the film that aren't terrible? Absolutely. The Kessel Run, to me, was actually a really good scene. I like the Kessel Run. So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Laura says, have you talked about the anti-conservative stuff at Google, the tearful meetings after election of Trump? I have not, because I'm not a political channel, so I have never really felt the need to talk about it, but I definitely think that it is cause for concern because you do notice that there are definitely more conservative-leaning sites and conservative-leaning programs that don't get as much support as their liberal counterparts. Case in point, the fact that the Young Turks has their own channel on YouTube TV, but they don't try and have an offset by, for example, a CRTV or a Blaze TV counterpart. You know, like I feel like that, to me, that they're showing their hands, and I don't like it at all. So Mateo says, do you think if the Oscars nominate Black Panther, they nominated Avatar, where it wasn't really Oscar potential, but to get more people interested in watching? They're going to do it for two reasons. One, to get more people watching, and two, because it gives them a political narrative to talk about, because the entire time is going to be oh my goodness, this film with an all African American cast, blah 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 blah, and like that is going to be the focus. That is going to be the main focus of what they talk about, and if it somehow wins, that again is going to be the main focus, and it's all going to be about pushing diversity and all these other things, and it's going to have nothing to do with the film itself. That's the reason why I'm not liking it. And so it says, think you're thinking of Batwoman. That's what I'm talking about. There's a Batgirl and there's a Batwoman. I did explain the difference, N7 Myth. You may not have been paying attention when I was explaining it, but I know there's a difference between the two. Again, Batwoman is the one who is written as a lesbian in the comics. Laura says, just mention Google because doesn't Google own YouTube? Exactly right. And you'll notice that too. And I'm not going to talk. Alex Jones is an exception. Like Alex Jones is just a crazy person. However, there are other crazy people who are still active on YouTube. There are terrorists who have active Twitter accounts, who have active YouTube accounts. And yet they're going to go after Alex Jones. It's like Alex Jones might be a knucklehead and might be full of himself, but he's not a terrorist. There's a big difference between the two. Super says, whenever they've tried to give Joker an origin story, they've made him associated with the mob. Hopefully they just stick to fiction. Yep. I mean, I think it'd be cool to have him tied to the mob. I think that could be kind of cool if they do it right. But I definitely don't want them to do that, you know. All right, guys. So we got Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. I really hope Becky Lynch wins here because her heel character and persona has been fantastic. It's been a rebirth of her character. And as much as I like Charlotte Flair as an athlete, and I think she's a very talented wrestler, I'm kind of tired of her being at the head of the title picture. Per Comic says, to get a life debt out of a Wookiee, you just have to free them from jail. The second Wookiee owes Chewie a life debt, and he disappeared. That's true. That's a great point, Perth. That's a very good point. Jedi Starship is here, the critic who's a cynic. What's up, Jedi Starship? Welcome back. Great to have you here. Pagan God is here. What's up, Pagan God? How's it going? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the Joker's origins, personally. For those who don't know, we are talking movies, but we're also watching, or I'm watching. You don't have to unless you are already. I'm watching Hell in a Cell right now, WWE's pay-per-view Hell in a Cell. So I'll be watching this, but also interacting with the chat. So if you want to talk about wrestling, perfect. This is the perfect chat for you guys. If you want to talk about movies, again, just make sure you tag me in, have my name in the beginning, or tag my channel, and I will definitely feel free to, I'll definitely be interacting with you guys. Super says, speaking of the internet, real fast, did you hear about Article 13 that just passed in the EU? No, this isn't an open forum, but highly recommend looking into it. It's important. Yeah, I don't know anything about Article 13, so maybe if you can give me a Cliff Notes version. Anything that's censoring the internet is always dangerous. Kegger says, WWE has Charlotte and Becky in the opposite roles they should be. Yeah, I agree with you there. I think Becky Lynch is more of a natural face, and Charlotte is more of a natural heel. However, I personally am loving Becky Lynch as a heel. I think she has shown that she can do both roles perfectly. Charlotte cannot do face. Charlotte can be a heel very, very well. She can't do face role very well. So I definitely agree with you there. Mateo says, I have a far-out prediction that A Star is Born, First Man, or If Beale Street Could Talk will win Best Picture. So A Star is Born, I've heard, has gotten really great reviews. I cannot wait to see it. It looks fantastic. The first trailer is just near perfection as far as trailers are concerned. I will say First Man, obviously there's a controversy, but it looks like Damien Chazelle is going back to his Whiplash days when he was, was a good filmmaker before he made La La Land. So I'm hoping that First Man is more like Whiplash, where it's very well crafted, very well made, very entertaining. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I have not seen If Beale Street Could Talk, though. I've never heard of that, actually. I've heard it once earlier today in a news article. Laura says, I assume Charlotte Flair is Ric Flair's daughter. I grew up with Rick, ironically, when he lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes. So that is Ric Flair's daughter. And she's actually really good. She's actually a really good wrestler. Jedi Starship, what's going on? Kegger says, same with Braun and Roman. They should be flipped. Absolutely. Braun is a great face. But also, Braun is actually a better tweener. Like, he's a better guy. He's like a Stone Cold type, where he's not a face necessarily. He's not a heel necessarily, but the crowd loves him. And unfortunately, they're trying to push him as a heel, but he's still getting cheered a lot. And Roman just sucks. Like, Roman cannot do face to save himself. Michael Stark says, what do you think about Lord of the Rings TV show? Hope they stay loyal to Tolkien's material 100%. Because it's a TV show, I think they're much more likely to stay loyal to the material because they have a lot more time to be able to work with it. So if they do it well, I'm excited. If not, then ugh. NSFMS says, they basically voted for a copyright filter for each and every platform of social media. They claim memes are protected by parody law, but these filters won't know the difference. Oh, yeah, that's dangerous. Anytime, because I know what it's like, because Great Britain, the UK, a lot of countries don't have full freedom of speech. Like, you can get punished for hate speech, which, again, hate speech does not look kindly upon in America, but it is protected. And so it's interesting, though, how that... But yeah, that especially, anytime that you're trying to regulate things on the internet, that is where it gets very dangerous very quickly. Mr. Pete, what's up, Mr. Pete? Hey, do big glitches... Mr. Pete, that's inappropriate. 7B says, quick definition of tweener. Face, I know. What is heel? I know what heel is. So yeah, face is a good guy. Heel is a bad guy. Tweener is someone who is neither face nor heel. So neither a good guy or a bad guy. It's someone who, for example, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Most people know who that guy is. Stone Cold Steve Austin did a lot of heelish things. So he wouldn't mind cheating every now and then. He would attack people before and after matches, things like that. That's usual and typical bad guy heel behavior. So he would do it, but the crowd loved him. So that's what I mean by a tweener, someone who's like in between the margins, who cannot be defined by as a face or a heel. So Braun Strowman is very good in that role and has shown himself to be very effective in that role. He's also a good natural heel too, but I think he works better in this tweener role. Even the WWE uses HIAC, which is interesting, because I'm sure Twitter's trying to mute them as well. Actually, you want to know why? Because they're streaming in China, and if the name hell was in the title on Twitter, it'd be blocked. Because even, like, for example, the reason why movies like horror films aren't shown in China is because they are hyper secular, meaning that they will not allow anything that's slightly religious or has religious overtones, which includes anything with spirits and ghosts. And that's the reason why they never open in China. So it doesn't surprise me that they're using HIAC, because they don't want to have hell. I get you. I understand where you're coming from. Kecker says, do you wish for KO to avenge Sami Zayn versus Lashley? I see you still are repping the Sami Zayn hat. Dude, I miss Sami Zayn right now. I'm so sad he's injured. And yeah, Bobby Lashley to me should just go away. I mean, I was excited for him at first because I was a huge Bobby Lashley fan back in the day. You know, when everyone else was against him. I like him. I think that he could be good, but he's terrible as a face. He just doesn't work. Prosis, what's up, Prosis? Like always, I have finished up my daily dose of homework and such, granting me access to your great stream. Also, on a side note, am I retaking that quiz next class? No, I haven't graded those yet. So no one is retaking it. No one is going to be retaking the quiz. If the quizzes are really bad, there will be a curve. So that's how that works. Super says, sorry, I was talking to somebody. I know somebody already mentioned about Article 13, but I'll try to send you vids on Twitter. Yeah, someone basically talked about how it's essentially the government trying to limit or screen certain types of speech on the internet, which I think is very, very dangerous. Anthony Franklin says, Odin, are you right? You are right. You can be arrested in the UK for using certain words when describing someone. Yeah, exactly right, Anthony Franklin. And I know that, for example, someone who I like a lot, who I think is hilarious, is this guy, Steven Crowder. And he is from Canada. And he talks about his home country all the time and how if you say certain things, you are found guilty of hate speech and you can get fined or other things. And that's just crazy. Like, as an American, that's just crazy to me, because the only speech that really needs to be protected, like when you think about speech, is technically hate speech, because what other kind of speech would need to be protected? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's interesting that that's the case that's going on. Super says, and what's worse, in the EU doesn't want to stop here. I'm pretty sure they're trying to pass a bill forcing the use of AI to identify and remove all hateful content. Oh, God. Yeah, that could be really bad. That could be really, really dangerous. Yeah, the government should not be involved in that. That's actually one of the reasons why, because you had all the net neutrality stuff going on here, and there were a lot of people that came out trying to say, oh, you know, they should not have, they should not have taken away the laws. But at the end of the day, anything that gets the government out is good. Anything that gets the government out of the public sector is a good thing. I'm sorry, like that's just the way that is just the way that the country has been set up. That's what our Constitution states, and it's just, yeah. All right, I'll get off my soapbox for a second. Dude, Supernatural is so good. Laura, Supernatural is so damn good. The last season was actually really good. Percom says, Australia does not have freedom of speech, yet political speech is protected from criminal prosecution. Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. CWD, what's up? CWD Trixie, how's it going? Pagan God says, you know who started the hate speech here in America? The Founding Fathers. Yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. However, I don't think you should be arrested for saying something. That to me is silly. To be fined money or arrested for saying something is ridiculous. Now, if you're putting someone else at risk, like example, yelling fire in a movie theater, then at that point, obviously someone should face repercussions, because then you are causing danger to the person. Because if you cause an uproar, if you cause a people to flee and things like that, or let's say you say, hey, this person should die, well, obviously at that point someone should be looked into. But if you're just saying things, I'm sorry, I don't think you should be fined or arrested for anything like that. That's just ridiculous. Let's see. Sorry, I missed one. Kegger says, very true. The USA is the only country that guarantees freedom of speech. The EU has no such guarantee. See Tommy Robinson's arrest. No, you're absolutely right. And again, I'm not going to get into that's why America's the greatest country in the world, because obviously every country has positives and negatives to it, but it's definitely a positive to me that there's freedom of speech here. Mex, dude, Mex, we've been worried about you, man. I'm glad to have you back. Mex, how have you been, man? I was about to email you to see what was going on. Hope everything's good. Super says, you can also be arrested for memes just looking to dank. Oh, my. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, there was a whole Pepe the Frog. There was like, oh, my God, it's racist. Like, it's a frog. It's a frog named Pepe. Laura says, yeah, thankfully Netflix has all 13. I know. Yeah, that's how I catched up with it. I had to binge watch it. It was great. Jason Clark says, I have ordered the box set with all seasons of Supernatural. It's a great TV series. Oh, it's so damn good. All right, Max, I hear you. I hear you. Lots of classwork. All right. I'm just glad to know you're okay, man. I was getting worried. Laura says, also, Max, we have a Discord now. So if you Discord, can one of y'all, Valkyrie, can y'all post the link to the Discord so that way he can know what it is and join if he wants to? Purse says, if y'all fired during a screening of Last Jedi, you deserve an award. if you can clear it out. Dude, Mr. Pete, yeah, this thing, so you realize that's all a hoax, right? Like, you realize that 4chan started putting out fake, essentially propaganda about, like, how there has, like, a dark history to it. And people bought it. There are people on the left here who have, like, bought it hook, line, and sinker. And it's like, no, this just means okay. This has meant okay since, like, the beginning of the time that this was being used. So ridiculous. Michael Stark says, I would love that Lord of the Rings cover first age to see Morgoth, Ungoliant, Balrogs, and Alcongo the Black. No, for sure. I think it'd be really cool to see them cover things that have not been covered yet. I think that would be the best way to use it. Mex, I take that there hasn't been enough bitching and whining about Mika's film and Disney Star Wars with Mika. Dude, no, I miss having you in the chat, man, because you always give me that background information that I need with Star Wars especially. And also, you haven't been pushing me to keep up with the Thrawn trilogy, because it's like, ever since you stopped watching, I haven't been reading Thrawn. I plan on watching it or finishing it. Laura says, Discord is awesome. Can you make money on Twitch streaming? You can make money on Twitch streaming, yes. So it's a little bit more complicated because there's different factors to it. But yes, you can make money on Twitch streaming. I almost switched over to Twitch when I was having issues with my streams on YouTube. However, enough people said, no, please don't. I don't know Twitch. I only know YouTube. And so the people who watch me, I'm going to put in front of anything else. So I might eventually start doing things on Twitch just to try it out. But let's see. Mucus film, I know. Super says, wait, you aren't offended by Pepe? You disgusting hate monger. I know, right? It's a green frog named Pepe. Be careful, it's a trap. That's a decent match going on right now. Really hope Becky Lynch wins. If she doesn't win, I want to see some after-match craziness. Laura says, Laura knows Twitch. Laura knows Twitch very well. Nice, Laura. Well, I'm glad you do. I'm glad I have at least one person who would switch over and watch those streams. Adam Shine says, poor Odin would have to do Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube. Yeah, but you know what? It might actually be better to do, like, it would actually be better for me to do streams there, because then I wouldn't have to deal with all the nonsense going on with YouTube. And I could still do my daily videos on YouTube. Could still do Discord. Could still do, you know, my various things. But then I could just exclusively stream live on Twitch. But for now, I'm not. No plans on leaving quite yet. CWD says, did you hear the rumor of possible First Order traitor in Star Wars Plan 9? But will anyone care? No. At this point, people either will not care or they'll actively boycott the film. That's what I honestly think is going to happen. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Tap out. She's too close to the rope. It's a terrible setup. Yes, 70B, thank you very much. So, Mex, if you want to go ahead and join our Discord, click on that link right there. Don Hudson says, ready for the kids tomorrow? I know I'm ready to send them to school. Yeah, we're watching a movie in one of my classes, so that's going to be fun. They were taking a quiz right beforehand. And then the other kids just took a quiz, so I have one or two making things up. Becky Lynch has won. It was a terrible ending. That was a really bad ending, actually. Like, that was an unbelievably stupid ending, but I'm still glad that Becky Lynch won. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for school. The weeks have been flying by for me so far. Like, I can't believe that we're already, like, halfway through September. More than halfway through September at this point. Let's see. Uncle Ethan read a report. The trash site Movie Web. It's the same stupid rumor we heard months about Hux. Ugh. Mex says, watching our little wrestling while streaming. Naughty. I know, right, Mex? That's why HIAC means Hell in a Cell. So that's what we're doing right now. But yeah, I appreciate you. Doomcock did a roundtable event for Patreon members and discussed Discord to chat with us. It was cool, something you should try. Yeah, definitely on the plan. I've just been so damn busy, man. Laura, Movie Web is better than most garbage tier media. Tina says, and the report he read was dated yesterday and today, so this rumor nonsense is just that nonsense. Yep, sounds about right. Jason Clark says, did anybody else catch the link that Alexander put in Discord to that Last Jedi plot hole defender on YouTube? This video, this guy was so ridiculous. Matthew Kadish did a article about that, going point by point, explaining why he's ridiculous. So I plan on covering that in a video, but go give Matthew Kadish some love. Yes, love The Last Kicker so much. So great to finally have. Yeah, it's been 2 years since he's been champion, and she has been rocking it so much. Per comment says, any chance we can talk to you watching some horror for Halloween? No. Once October hits, it's going to be almost exclusively horror films. So basically, so 2 weeks from now we're doing Spaceballs. That means next week when we watch Blade Runner, I'm going to put several different genres, but they're all going to be of the horror genre. So it's going to be like horror, action, horror, etc. Are we going to get a double turn here? Is Becky going to be the face, and is Charlotte going to be... Nope. Boring. Stupid. Glad that she won, but still. Kegger, yay, Becky's long drought is over. I know, finally. Seriously. Mex says, what was the last chapter that you remember listening to? The Last Command. It's been so long, dude. Honestly, I do not remember. I have it saved in Audible, but I just have not seen it. Kegger, merchandising. Where all the money from the movie is made. Yes. I mean, there's so many things going on behind the scenes. Like, I'm still, like, my wife's still working on the logo. So once the logo's there, I'm going to try and get a design out for a t-shirt, you know, like a basic t-shirt. I'm going to try and see if I can get like a Darth Cuddles design going, a couple other things like that. And I really would like to get that going out. I'm going to try and make the shirt as cheap as possible because that's something that I've always wanted to do. What is this? Miz, Shawn Michaels, Becky Lynch are all in the same movie. Oh my goodness, this looks terrible. The Marine 6. Oh, the Marine 6. That looks so good. Guys, look up the trailer for Marine 6. Super says, I am not ready for school tomorrow. Mondays are my long days. Ooh, yeah. I'm ready. I got last period off tomorrow. I have to stay, unfortunately, because I have practice with my 5th and 6th grade kids. N7 Myth says, okay, time for bed. Good night, everyone. N7 Myth, have a good one. Yeah, so we're going to be doing horror films all month of October. So it'll be like horror action, horror drama, horror comedy, things like that. So, Odin in a onesie shirt. Oh, Lord, a onesie, Perth. I don't know about that. Yes, we need some Odin swag. CW says, found something scarier than Darth Cuddles, something called Dibby. Dibble exists and is the new Care Bear Reuben. Ooh, my goodness. Dibble? That sounds terrifying. The Marine 6. Yes, there's a 6th Marine coming out on Blu-ray. Mateo says, are you planning to see Creed 2? It's my second most anticipated film in the fall, just below Star is Born. Yes, I plan on seeing Creed 2. Loved Creed 1, so I cannot wait to see Creed 2. The Omen? The Marine 6. Yep. It looks hilarious. Hilariously bad. Tina, horror month in October? Okay, maybe leaving me out unless we're talking classic horror from the 30s. No, I mean, we could do that. I mean, as I said, like, we could do classic horror, could be one genre, could be one recommendation. But basically, every genre will have a horror element to it. Mex says, I have to get back to classwork. I've got a lot to finish before I hit the hay, wake up, and do it all over again. Have a good stream, and good night to my fellow Asgardians. Later, meatbags. Mex, join the Discord before you leave, man. Laura says, that Hell House movie looks spooktacular. Yeah. Greta says, hello, everyone. Hello. Greta, how are thee? Just got off work. Cool. How's the new job? How's the new job? Donald Hudson, everyone, come talk with me in Odin's Discord. What are you talking about, Donald? Are you whispering secrets behind my back? Tim Steve, do you think political correctness and SJWism in movies will fade soon? Unfortunately not. I wish it would, but unfortunately not. War War Z, maybe. Maybe. Pagan God says, I just watched a movie I really enjoyed and was surprised I enjoyed it, called Upgrade. I heard Upgrade wasn't bad. I heard Upgrade was not bad. So the New Day have like a servant called Bootyworth, and it's this big white guy with a monocle. It's great. E. Stevens, what's up, E. Steven? Always enjoy your videos. What are your thoughts on how to make a good movie? Wow, that's a good question. Basically, good movies come down to two things: good characters, good story. Off the top of my head, that's the best thing I think about. As long as you have a good story with good character arcs, which means you have to have good, well thought out, fleshed out characters, that's what makes a good movie. About anything, essentially. Mr. Pete, I love the Marine series is still using numbers. The Marine 11 is in space. Greta, job is good, much better than the restaurant jobs. Good to hear. Hound 3000 says, are you going to wear the Chewbacca onesie for Halloween, and will Freya wear Han Solo costume? I will definitely wear the Chewbacca for Halloween. Definitely wear Chewbacca for Halloween. Hail Bootyworth. Yes. Mr. Bootyworth. And what's great about Bootyworth is that they are trying to make him laugh, and he's like on the brink of breaking character like every 5 seconds. It's great. Don Hudson says, I would never dream of speaking behind your back, Allfather. Sure. Sure. Franklin, I like that comment. I appreciate that comment. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we got the Raw Tag Team match with Dolph Ziggler. Oh, I hate the record scratch. It's so overused. It's silly now. It's silly at this point. All right, Mex has joined the Discord. Fantastic. Don Hudson in the Discord said, I want to see Predator today. I'd like to thank you for the review. Knowing what to expect, more of a dark comedy made it very enjoyable. Well, dude, Donald Hudson, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Let's see. Tina says, okay, there's a Marine series. I'm way behind then. I've never heard of it. Yeah, it's I don't go into it. Super says, I thought Upgrade was a ton of fun. Supporting cast needed a little work, but lead actor was actually pretty fantastic. That's what I've heard. I've heard great things about it. Shahan says, you look like crap on my pick. It's so old it's running Vista. Yes. Oh, Vista, man. That brings me back. Vista was painful. Vista was the worst. The worst version of Windows of all time is Vista. Yeah, Tina, I wouldn't bother with it. The first one has John Cena in it, so if you like John Cena, you might like it. Every other one after stars... Or no, there's one that stars someone else, and then The Miz, I think, picks up in number 3, and now The Miz has been in every single one since then. Tina has 17,000 cookies and 20 hours of watch time. Damn, Tina. Damn, Tina. One day there's gonna be a movie you really want, and you're just gonna spam the chat over and over again. Thank you. All right, Orton was in one. Yeah. So I think, yeah, it was John Cena, Orton, which actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it, and then The Miz in 3 through 6. Mr. PI says, Vista, I started with MS-DOS. No, when I had Vista, I was like, can I go back to Windows 98? Or no, Windows XP was actually probably my favorite version of Windows. I personally like Windows 10 at this point, but Windows XP is probably my second favorite of all time. Funaki! I'm so glad Funaki has stayed on as a commentator for the Japanese commentary. Oh, he's so great. He's so great. Cheyenne says, you look great on my iPads too. Windows 10 killed my PC. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Donald Hudson says, I couldn't even if I wanted to. I'd only be talking to myself. Well, I guess that's a good thing. CWD says, used to have Vista Home Premium on my laptop, but glad I got my current Windows 10. Yeah, Windows 10 is far superior to Windows Vista. So far, I like Windows 10. I also like, because the computer I have, it's like a 2-in-1, so I can flip it over and use it as a tablet. So I like being able to like watch, if I want to lay down on my couch or something, I can just watch a movie, you know? It's great. Super says, don't think Hollywood will ever change its politics. I think SJWism will start dying down when it isn't trendy. Right now, I don't think enough normies know what it is to rebel. Well, also, I don't think the current state of our politics is helping the matter, to be honest. Perth says, still on XP at home. Hey, dude, there's nothing wrong with XP. I like XP. Pagan God, where are these cookies? If you put hashtag, or not, if you put exclamation point cookies, it'll tell you how many cookies you've accrued. So cookies you gain by watching. So every 5 minutes you gain like around 10 cookies. And then you also gain them by donating. So if you donate, you can also get a bonus cookies. So Jay Clark says, did you see my comment about the Last Jedi Defender link in Discord? The Alexander. No, I have not. But I already know about it because Matthew Kadish wrote an article about it. So Kegger, yes, indeed. Oh, man. That was such a great tag team. Mr. Pete says, no, Orton was in 12 rounds. Okay. Thanks for getting everything straight. And Frank says, Orton was going to star in the film, but proper Marines complained as he was an Army dropout. Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. Hamlet, have you seen Lord Doomcock's last video? He's hypothesized that the simultaneous SJWing of all our beloved franchises is not an accident. Real Illuminati stuff, really chilling. No, I have not. But it doesn't surprise me that there's correlations and relations between the two. CWD, remember the fun times with MS-DOS? Played many PC games between MS-DOS and 98. Yes. Yes. I remember the old school green games when computers were all just green text. The original Carmen Sandiego on floppy disk was such a great game. I loved that one as a kid. Such a great game. Welcome to my madhouse this year. Wonder how many I have. Only 3,000. Meh. I don't think it counts having the Streamlabs open, which I guess is a good thing. Because y'all are actually watching the stream, and I'm just hosting the stream. So unless I'm like actively in the stream on the comment section, which I don't do anymore, that's the only time that I'm ever to pick them up. Yes, Batman left. What? What? Odin has less cookies than Tina and Steph? Yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah, actually, let me double check that. So I'm going to leave my screen for a second, guys. So I can actually check ranks. No, it's not ranks. Advanced settings. Control. Viewers. There it is. So yeah, Tina currently has the most with 17,000 cookies. 7B has 16,000. Alexander has 15,000. Peabody 14,000, and then Shahan, Lando, Perth, Dave Bob, Donald Hudson, Brad, TM Blakemore, Hyperin. So those are my top. And most watch time goes to Tina with 1,220 minutes, and 7B is right behind, and no one else comes close. Nobody else comes close, and that's why they are amazing. Tina says, I got you. I was thinking, how did that happen? Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I am the stream. I am the Senate. Kegger says, in honor of Mick Foley's 20th anniversary of his iconic Hell in a Cell versus Taker, please have Rose Tigo recreate it. All right, so imagine that. Imagine that. Oh, I need to get on camera. So imagine that she's on the top of the cage right now. So imagine this is Mick Foley. Actually, imagine Mick Foley is up here where Rose Tico is. This is what happened to him. He got thrown off the top of Hell in a Cell, which is like a good 20+ feet high, and went through a table. There you go. She lost her gun, which which is not new. She loses her gun all the time. Let's see. I'm concussed. There you go. I dropped Rose. I'm sorry, Rose. Still protect me, though, please. Especially in October. Need your help from the demons. Mr. PI says, makes sense. First live stream I saw was your first 1,000 subs. Oh, really? Is that the first one that you watched? Damn. Man, isn't it amazing? Like, we're over 4,000 subs. We're at 4,100. We're on pace. I did some math in my head. I need to do some like official math. I did some math in my head. We're going to hit 5,000 before the end of the year, which is crazy, which means next year we're guaranteed at this current pace to hit around 10,000. That's insane. That's so cool. Pagan, yeah, dude, seriously. When you watch it over again, you're like, damn, man. Yes, Rose has been drinking. Laura says, another use of Star Wars fun fact, I am the Senate is an anagram for it's treason then. Really? That's actually really cool. I didn't know that. I am the Senate. Mr. P.I. says, yep, first time I saw you was in the onesie. And that's when you knew. That's when you knew. This is the guy I should probably watch. This guy's wearing a Chewbacca onesie. Tina says, it doesn't seem that long ago that you had 1,000. I'm very proud of you. Well, thank you, Tina. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, time has been flying by. Like, it's September. I started streaming in, what, July? I think was my first stream was in July. So July, August, September. So I've only been streaming for about 3 months. No, maybe I started streaming in June. I remember my first test live stream, and people actually showed up. I had like 5 or 6 people in my first live stream. It's still up there. It's still on the channel. I haven't made that one private yet, so you can look at the first one. Man, it's so different because I was streaming from my phone. It was before I invested in a camera, in a light. You know, I had the microphone still, but because I was on my phone, it wasn't good audio, so it was crazy. Yes, Rose has been drinking. I know, it's been so crazy. So crazy. Laura says, official math, is that the successor of the new math? Yes. It's mostly true. Oh, what was that from recently? There was some movie or some commentator who said something like to the effect of, oh, it's mostly true. And me and my wife looked at each other and were like, how can something be mostly true? It's either true or it's not. So yes, official math. Not real math or new math. Yes. Oh, God, new math. That was one of my favorite parts of Incredibles 2 is when he's trying to help his son with math. And he's like, why did they change math? You don't change math. It's like, yes, please. CWD, the first order of could easily won in any movies if Snoke just offered cookies because the good is dumb. Yes. Enjoy the cookies. I am the Senate. Name that movie and you get a free, real digital cookie. Or the series. I'll take the series too. Shawhan, Wiener Dog Clan. Great to have you here. All right, cool. Mr. Pete, thank you so much, man. Odin Lord and Movie Master, not all subbed me yet. All right, guys, yeah. Thanks for donating, man. Yeah, so if you want to support the Mr. Pete channel, please go ahead and check him out. Laura says, I want to see Papa Palpatine training a young Maul. Ooh, that could be really cool. Anything with Maul would be great. Perth Comics says, it was the image of you in the Wookiee onesie that drew me to your channel. I thought that was your gimmick to dress like Odin. I hung around anyway. Man, if I could have like an official get-up, man, that'd be awesome. So yeah, right now, just to update anyone that's watching for wrestling, right now it's Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre for the Raw Tag Team Championships. To me, the winner of this match will determine the end of the show. My prediction is that I think that Dolph and Drew are going to retain, and then I think Braun's going to win to try and set up something for Survivor Series. However, the opposite could happen if unfortunately, oh God, please don't. If Seth and Dean win here, I think that Roman's going to win later, and it's going to set up once again the Survivor Series. So, unfortunately, I'm just tired of. I'm so tired of Roman in the title picture. He just needs to go. He needs to be a heel, and he needs to go to the mid card. And I'm Shahan says stitches come out tomorrow, then rehab and recovery. Hope to be 100% by middle October. Yes, Shahan. Yes, definitely keep me posted on that, man. Definitely keep me posted. And also, guys, my mom is going through surgery on Tuesday, so please, if you could, keep her in your thoughts and prayers this week. She's getting a knee replacement. So obviously, it's surgery that's been done a lot, but there's always risks with any surgery, so please keep her in your prayers. I'd really appreciate it. Seth and Dean should win, says Hound 3000. I'm not really buying them. I'm not digging what I don't like the story that they've been telling with that team. I much prefer Dolph and Drew McIntyre because I think Drew McIntyre is a boss. That's where I stand. Kegger says, notice the cop Dean was talking to had the name tag with Ambrose. Wonder if they were related. I think that was what they were trying to get at. I think that's what I think that we're trying to get at, saying that he had a relative in New Orleans who was a cop. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. And that's why I will not be streaming tomorrow because I'll put my video out like normal, and then my parents are going to get dinner, and then we're going to go to their house and have dessert together the night before because my little brother's in town from Philadelphia. So it'll be nice to have the whole family together in that way. Nolans, yep. Or as a lot of tourists like to say, New Orleans. No, New Orleans. Aren't you from New Orleans? It's just New Orleans. Laura says, I guess Ray Park, the guy who plays Maul, got a little online harassment. Some people said he looked fat and solo. He went off on them online. That's how you handle bullies. Exactly right. Again, like, if you're online, if you're in the public sphere, get ready to be hated. I mean, I've been attacked on Twitter. I've been attacked in my comments. You got to brush it off. If you don't have a thick skin, you shouldn't be in the public. Again, am I saying that it's good or it's right for people to attack others? No, not at all. But I'm sorry, like when you're in a universe that's filled with thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of people, there's going to be, guess what they found in the Star Wars study? They found that 1% of people, of tweets, had hate speech or had like hateful remarks and cursing, which is very impressive in the grand scheme of things. No, it was 6%. 6% had that, and then even less had hate speech. And so it's just interesting that they bring out those statistics and they try and act like it's some major problem, but that's very, very small. It's a very small amount of people. So if you can't handle the 6% or the 1% who's going to hate you, I'm sorry, but like, get off. Shahan says, Punky's due date is Friday, so we should have puppies soon. Nice, very cool. Kegger praying for the All-Father, playing for the All-Father for you, All-Father. Well, thank you, Kegger. I appreciate that. Thanks, Anna. I really do appreciate that. Laura says, Maul did look weird, but dude lost his lower half, so I'll cut him some slack. Yeah, I know. And also, too, it's been many years, so yeah, he's going to look different. And also, looking bigger doesn't necessarily mean that they're fatter. Like, it could be more muscular, you know? Andy Franklin says, Ray Park took a photo of himself, and he looked great for someone in his 40s. I know, like, I saw the picture, too, and I'm like, dude's not fat. That's why I never said the guy was fat. That was not the first thing that came to my head, was like, oh, he's fat. Like, if that's the first thing that comes to your mind, then there's probably something wrong with you. But once again, like, if you can't handle stupid stuff, especially if someone says something about you that you know isn't true, why'd you let it bother you? I tell this to my 6-year-olds over the summer. Like, they'll say, he says I have a square head. Well, do you have a square head? No. Well, then don't let it bother you because you know it's not true. It's like all these other people who are online, you have to treat them like 6-year-olds. Oh, he called me a bad name. Well, are you this? No. Okay, then let it go. Forget about it. Mr. Bubai says, all the best for your mom. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Super appreciate you. Sean says, is Odin's family like the Addams family? Good Lord, no. We love that movie, though. Dude, live action Addams family. Values is the best, but both are so great. Sue says, wait, what website did those stats come from? What stats? Laura. Oh, yeah, the stats. I did a video on it, actually. And I forgot the name. I'm slipping on what the article was, but you can look up, like, maybe it was the Washington, it was some online newspaper that covered it, and they did research. They ran an algorithm on Twitter, and they found that of tweets that talked about Star Wars or The Last Jedi or any other subsidiary, like, phrase connected to the film, only 6% had harsh language, meaning like cursing or anything else, and then only like 1.1% had defined hate speech, which they don't actually define what they consider to be hate speech or not. And then, yeah, so basically there's nothing to back it. Even when they look up the stats, it's just nothing. Laura says, Ray Park is great. Follow on social media, by the way. He's great with his fans. Nice to hear. Glad to hear it. Dion, Odin's wisdom for the day. Thanks. Tina says, it was the Washington Post. Thank you, Tina. Yes, the Washington Post. I knew it was a major newspaper. CWD says, Maul did have a good story going through Clone Wars and ending in Rebels. It would be more interesting to see early Maul and have a story of Grievous instead. Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I've been loving Clone Wars. Like, they had the story arc where they follow him and his brother. It's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. Anomaly, what's up, man? How's it going? I still need to watch your video. Don't worry, I've not forgotten. Laura says, Bethany Lasenia, and it's the Washington Post. Thank you very much, Laura. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know. Like, exactly. Like, to me, it's like, okay, well, how do you define hate speech? Because if you're talking about a racial slur, well, then yes, I would consider that to be hate speech. But if you're talking about, like, Mary Sue or something like that, not hate speech. So we need to be very clear. But even so, even if we give them the benefit of the doubt, 1.1% is extremely low. It's surprising. 6% cursing. Only 6% of tweets about Star Wars and The Last Jedi had curse words in it. Or rough language. That's crazy. That's insanely low. Miss PI says, Mary Sue. Oh, demonetized. Yes, you're absolutely right. Elevator says, Odin, I met Ray Park at Star Wars Celebration 2016. He spent so much time with the fans. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I mean, like, to me, like, if I ever became that big as, like, an actor or anything, I would never forget the people who helped me get there, you know? Or the people who supported me, you know? That's why I like how we have a very, like, tight-knit community here. And the Discord has helped with that, too. Because now I actually know what some of y'all sound like, which is really cool. It's an okay tag match. It's kind of boring. Oh, this is interesting. So, Dean Ambrose, who's in the ring right now, is married to Renee Young, who's on commentary. So she's commenting on her husband's match, or her boyfriend's match. I don't know which one it is. He's been gone for a long time, so I forget these things. I know they're in a relationship with each other. Perth says, Maul should have been swapped for Dooku. Kill off Dooku in the first prequel. Have Maul for 2 films would have been way better. Oh, no. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I think the best thing that could have happened for the prequels would have been having Maul as the big bad villain throughout. For sure. Yeah. They create one of the coolest villains and then kill him off. Married. Thank you, Kegger. I appreciate that. Yeah, I knew that they were in a relationship with each other. So, yeah, I thought they had gotten married. It's just been a very long time. I know, right, Shahan? It really is. There was an earthquake, Tina. Yeah, if anyone's in an area that was affected by, also anyone that was affected by the storm, please let me know your situation, what's going on, because if there's anything that I can do to help, I would love to. I would love to try and get the community to help anyone that's been affected by that. And same thing with the earthquake. I didn't hear anything, so I don't know what's going on. Normally I get news updates whenever catastrophic events happen, so I haven't gotten anything yet. It's wrestling. Don't worry about it. There was an earthquake in Australia? What's your main occupation? I'm a school teacher. I'm a high school teacher. I'm a high school teacher. Yeah, I want to know where this earthquake was as well.
Ambrose perched up top, measuring McIntyre. McIntyre caught him.
Ooh, that looked painful. He like landed on top of his head. Ow. I want to see that on replay because that looked really bad. Oof, painful. Glad for the offer of help. Please send $10,000. Super says, in my opinion, offense is only taken, not given. Hate speech is deliberately vague, so the extremists can hijack it to include anything they want. Was it an earthquake in Australia? Canadian earthquake? What? Mr. Seaby's about 300 kilometers south of Perth. Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Peabody, is everything okay? Do you have any family and friends down there? 300 kilometers sounds far. I've never been in an earthquake before, so I don't know. So I hope everything's okay. Super says, then they can call you a bigot and shut you down without having to engage with it all. That's very true. Very, very true. Michael Stark says, Maul would be great, but Dooku was a strategist until uniting all rich players. Maul was too savage for that kind of diplomacy. That's why I think having both of them together would have been the best storyline. Like having Dooku throughout all three movies, like he was great. Having Maul though as like the big bad fighter would have been really cool too. That's why I love him. I love the role that Dooku plays in the Clone Wars. He's so cool. Pro says Aussie Rose Tico needs to come home to her family. Oh, hi everybody. My name's Aussie Rose Tico. Yeah, earthquake. Oh, Laura. Yeah, because you're out in California, so I know. Oh, Lord. Mr. B.I. says, well, I didn't feel it, so no casualties. Okay, that's good. Glad that there was no casualties. Pagan sounds good, man. 165 miles. Okay. E. Stevens, what is your top 3 movies, and how does Discord work? Discord is kind of like a chat. Kind of like it's you kind of have to figure it out. It's hard to explain, but yeah, go ahead and join the Discord if you want to join. It's basically like a chat where you can, you can jump in, you can turn notifications on, off, you can, pretty much change everything. But as far as my top 3 favorite films of all time, it always goes between Casablanca, 12 Angry Men, and It's a Wonderful Life. They usually fluctuate between those 3. Of all time, that is. Joshua, good Lord, Yoda is gender fluid. Please, God, no. It's already bad enough. Not only did we have Lando Calrissian be turned into gender fluid, or not gender fluid, sorry. Not only did he become pansexual, now Poe Dameron's pansexual too, or at least according to the actor, which is just, ugh. Come on, keep that stuff out of it. Don Hudson says, Michael Caine was asked if he ever watched the Jaws movie. He replied, heavens no, I heard it was rubbish, but I saw the house it built and it lets gorgeous. Don Hudson, I've heard that same thing, and I love that story every single damn time. Oh, Lord. Laura says, they couldn't have more Dooku because of Christopher Lee's Lord of the Rings filming schedule. Yeah, that makes sense. Mr. P.Y. says, seriously, if they didn't say it on the news, wouldn't have known about it. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're safe. Perth Comic says, Australia is one big tectonic plate, so all earthquakes are minor. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I don't want anyone hurt. Nomlink, wow, congrats on 4K, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right, we got some near falls going. Anyone could win. I wonder if there's going to be an interruption or a disqualification or something. Mr. P. Poe Dameron. Yep. Poe Panarin. Laura says, sorry, but the chemistry between Pin and... No, it's a... Oh, my goodness, Laura. I know that you're trolling me right now. No, it is a friendship. It is a bromance. That is very, very different. There is a bromance there. It is not sexual in nature. Come on, Laura. Laura said was subtle and kind of hot. It's a friendship. It's a friendship, Laura. No. Don't do this to me, Laura. CWD. In Star Wars Plan 9, we could have Lando and Poe. Oh, no. No, not Billy D. Not Billy D. Woo, we got some near falls. All right, this is turning into a good match. Or Pan Dameron. Kagger says, heard the Cajun Navy is sending about 100 boats to help in the Carolinas. Yeah, I heard the same thing. I heard they were like already there when it was going down to like help out. Tina, I'm telling you again, Poe Rose Steel Cage match to the death for Finn. Yes, Tina. Yes. Lore, friends with benefits. No, get that nonsense out of here. Not at all. Yeah, where is Lando? Don Hudson says, my little buttercup, hits the like button. Michael Stark says, I have a feeling that episode 9 will be worse as even more than Last Jedi because they will put all they can. I have a feeling that will not be a coherent story. Yeah, at this point, I don't know what episode 9 is going to be. Because there's still a question. Are they going to try and split it into 2 movies? We don't know. All I do know is that the trilogy is going to be a giant mess because The Last Jedi it doesn't fit with the first film, and it's not going to fit with the last one either. It's gonna be a giant hot mess, for lack of a better expression. Anthony Franklin says, Odin, do you get the impression that Star Wars is turning into a relatry? What's a relatry? I'm very confused. Franklin says, do you get the impression that Star Wars is turning into a relatry? I just read that. Why do I do that sometimes? My mind is all over the place. Dude, Drew McIntyre is so awesome. CW says, what a wonderful day to push that button. Yeah, 70B, I hear you. I totally hear you on that one. And as I said constantly, I'm going to see it, but I'm going to pay for something else before I go see it. And I will walk out if 2 things happen. 1, if the Millennium Falcon starts talking to me in that damn voice of L337, or I forgot what the next one was, but there's a couple things that will make me actually walk out. Oh, that was beautiful. Dude, that was a great ending. Oh, that was a great ending. That was fantastic. If anyone's watching, that is how you do a tag team ending. And okay, the hopes for Braun to win the title are still alive. Laura, Finn and Poe equals Storm Pilot. No, stop. Please stop, Laura. God. Mr. Pete says, saw reports that some authority don't want the Cajun Navy help. Yeah, I mean, because they want it to be official government help. But you know what? I'm sorry. Take as much help as you can get. Seriously. Edward Coleman. Episode 9, a pansexual story. Good God. Don says, Star Wars 9, the Force is pan. No. Tina says, the article Uncle Ethan was reading today is saying JJ is using elements of Revenge of the Sith, so just no originality whatsoever. Doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. He does the best when borrowing from other movies anyway, so. Yes, thank you. Yes, Laura, you're right. So, yeah, or if they killed Chewie, then I walk out too. That was a good tag match, and I like that they won clean. They didn't have to cheat to win. And this does help set up, possibly, for a Braun win in the end. Again, let Braun win the title. You then have a new stable officially called the Dogs of War, which is a badass name, and all 3 have titles. That, to me, would be perfect. And then, boom, you have your Survivor Series matchup. The Dogs of War versus the Shield. That'd be so great. Derpersode 9. Super says, if Disney is smart, they'll market the Star Wars sequels as a duology. The Last Jedi does not exist. Only episodes 7 and 9 be included in the box set. That'd be amazing, Super. They're not going to do that. But that would be amazing if they ever decided to do that. Jason Clark says, if Lando starts kissing robots or toasters episode 9, I will walk out. Poor Billy D. Williams. No, as I said, it's even less than that. I would at least laugh at that. At that point, it'd be so ridiculous. I'd be like, this is awful. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. They've ruined Star Wars. It'd be like that nervous laughter. But if I have to hear, I mean, L337's voice was so annoying. I don't want to hear it ever again. Anthony Franklin, Finn and Poe, the greatest love story. No. Speaking of love stories, where's Alexander at this point? Alexander should be all over this right now. Don Hudson says, how about in the beginning it says, written by Ruin John Suck. Perth Comics, Predator, Dogs of War. That's a great comment. Kenger says, really hope you're right. Dogs of War versus Hounds of Justice. Seriously, that is perfect. And again, how do you get that build? By having, and you can even have Braun lose because of interference or something like that. But give him the title. He deserves it at this point. Dogs of War is so great. Pig Floyd's. Laura says, Lando plus Falcon is Flando. Good God, please. We don't need Flando. Please not Flando. Oh, no. Oh, the Mixed Match Challenge. I have no interest in these things. All right. Okay, there we go. The best team up on the Mixed Match Challenge, I will say, is Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Bliss is like 5 feet tall. Braun Strowman is like 6'6" or something like that. Oh my god. And then they try and build like sexual tension between them. It's weird. Michael Stark says, Ruin Johnson. No, he is ruined. Tina says, Ivan Ortega's latest video, he says he is going to tackle Solo, and he's going to try to make that SJW robot more like a droid and less a painful whatever it is. Yes, that'd be awesome. Don Hudson says, who versus Predator? Pick your best fight. Who versus... Oh. To fight the Predator? Alien versus Predator should have been good. Porgs versus the Predator. Porgs would win, hands down. Kegger, I love Team Little Big and the MMC. I know, seriously, like, Team Little Big is fantastic. They are so great. Oh my goodness, why is the WWE Championship treated so badly? So for those who don't know, there's two big championships in the WWE right now. One on Raw, one on SmackDown. And the one on SmackDown is the WWE Championship. And it always gets put like at the middle of the card or like at the very bottom of the card. So this should be like a main event matchup, and it's coming on now. And this is the third match of the night? No. Yeah, third match of the night. And there's still like 3 more to go or something like that. Oh, I hate it. Michael Stark says, who did get smart idea giving droids rights after Galactic Wars and Clone Wars? I know, seriously. Ooh, John Wick versus Deadpool. Yes, that would be fantastic. Percom says, which wrestler could take a Predator? Braun Strowman. Just Google Braun Strowman, and you'll be like, yeah, he could take him. Kegger says, reboot the DCU with Batman vs. Predator like in the Dark Horse comic. Oh my god. That's a Dark Horse comic? There's Batman fights a Predator? What? How has this not been turned into a movie yet? They're turning any garbage tier story into a movie. Why don't they turn that into a movie? That'd be amazing. Samoa Joe's such a great heel. Oh, Laura, no. No, not Lando, please. No. Perth Comic says Jesse Ventura couldn't do it. No, not at all. Braun Strowman could. Bat person. Sorry, my bad. You're right, Bat person. We can't say Batman anymore. We got to be PC guys, or else they'll shut down my channel in China and the UK where free speech isn't protected. Bat person. That's great. Did my video go live on his channel? I think it did. Oh, it did. He just didn't share it on Twitter. Alright, guys, so I do have a new video out with Geeks and Gamers, so check out the latest from... Check out my latest from Geeks and Gamers. Oop. I don't know why it keeps doing that. And then I'll tag Jeremy, and hopefully he'll retweet it. Alright, guys, so I just tweeted out. I did a video for Geeks and Gamers, so go check it out. Give it some love. Predator versus Cad Bane. Ooh, yes, Laura. That'd be great. Dude, Cad Bane's so great. I love him so much. I heard Jeremy's little intro. Yep, that was me just making sure that it was on there. Michael Stark says, what do you think about Qui-Gon Jinn? I have impressions that he was smarter than Yoda in certain things. I love Qui-Gon. I really wish that his character had been developed a bit further. I mean, that's the reason why I think, if anything, I would rather get, you know, not Solo. I'd much rather have a Obi-Wan Kenobi film, and I would love to see them either do like a prequel to his story to have like an establishment of his relationship with Qui-Gon Jinn and him being like raised as a Padawan, or be obviously an older Obi-Wan Kenobi between the two trilogies. Super says, Batman also teams up with Ninja Turtles too. What? Oh, that sounds amazing. Rambo vs. Predator, says Donald Hudson. Nice. Laura thinks I'm better than Jeremy. Oh, well, thanks, Laura. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Super says, yes, it's a 2-volume story, and although I have not read it, I heard Volume 1 was awesome. That sounds amazing. But you know, seriously, Laura, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to hear that. Obviously, I love Jeremy. I owe a lot to him. But it's always great to hear that, because I never thought that I would even be doing videos for his channel, let alone people saying things like that. So it means a lot. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, this match should be the main event. Seriously, if Vince actually let these guys go and put on like a damn good match, main event level. But instead, no. What do we get? We get Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Gosh, 70B. Oh my God, thick fam. Tal Hudson, help us, Obi-Wick Kenobi. You're our only hope. Oh my God, dude. John Wick and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Imagine that team up. Laura, did you hear that the unfinished Clone Wars episodes, they have a Cad Bane versus young Boba Fett fight? What? Yes. Yes. Yes, Tina. John Wick forever, dude. John Wick Chapter 3 is going to be so damn good. Like, 1 and 2 are probably my, like, favorite action films recently. In fact, I'm going to get them right now. Guys, also, I'm going to say is that I'm so glad that I put my Blu-rays into alphabetical order, because now they're so much easier to find. Let's see. Antonio says, I was so sad you lost musical chairs. Dude, man, I was too. I tried my best. I will say my crowning achievement, though, was knocking one of the juniors out of the chair. That was awesome. But unfortunately, when you get to 2 chairs, it's like one person's going to get unlucky. And it's like, it's impossible. It really is. Michael Stark says, hey, you were awesome. Now throw out Thor or Loki and made me the Prince of Asgard. No, Stark. Kegger says, yes, Dark Horse had comics of Batman, Superman, each facing Predators and Xenomorphs. What? That's so good. Yes. Oh, my God, Laura. John Wick 1 is phenomenal. It is so damn good. We're definitely going to be watching this together at some point, because one of my favorite new trilogies of all time. It is so good. So first there's this, and I got this one, you know, very cheap. Then a Steelbook went on sale. Look at this thing. It's freaking gorgeous. So this is John Wick 2 on Steelbook. And it's just, it's gorgeous. So I only have like a few Steelbooks, but this is like one of my pride and joys. So I have it on DVD and Blu-ray, and it's just, oh, so good. It's so good. I would love to like give this away and like buy this on Steelbook, because I would love to have like, oh man, there's so many things they could do. There's a TV series coming out on Starz called The Continental. It's all going to be about these hotels that host hitmen from all over the world. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I need the Wick. Yes, Donald Hudson, you're so right. Guys, if you've never seen John Wick, you have to see it. It's so good. It's so damn good. Super says, if you're interested, it's written by James T. IV with art by Freddie E. Williams. The art is awesome. All right, good to hear. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Laura, yes, you have to see it. Seriously, it's not a suggestion. It's a requirement. It should be required watching. Perth Comics says, do you alphabetize your DVDs with numbers as words or numbers up front? Do you ignore the? So yes, good question. So I have numbers. So actual numerical numbers are in the front. So I've got like 10 things I hate about you is like in the front of my collection. And then I do ignore the. I do ignore the. So good question. Yeah, I just did that last week because, or no, 2 weeks ago, because we had this random long week because of a hurricane that never hit us. And it was like sunny both days. So I was like, you know what? I have nothing else to do, so let me just alphabetize my Blu-rays. There was a little confusion because I have a couple of sets that I kind of had to just throw in at random places. But I tried to get all of my big box sets just displayed in the front. So, but no, seriously, guys, like John Wick 1's great. I don't know if it's on Steelbook or not, but if it is, I would love to get my hands on it. And also, too, when 3 comes out, I don't know if they're ending it with 3. I mean, to me, it would be a perfect trilogy if they ended it with 3, based on everything that's happened so far. But whatever they do for a release, I might even get that. But this thing is just gorgeous. Like, seriously, look at this. This is a beautiful, beautiful cover. Mwah, love you. So good. And Franklin says, I saw John Wick on Netflix, and then I bought John Wick 2 the following day. Dude, seriously, they are so good. If you want a good action movie with, oh my God. And also the fight sequences are just, oh, they're so good. Guys, I cannot oversell this movie enough. It's so good. Let me go ahead and put these back. That reminds me, I need to look something up real quick. So if I miss anything, I am sorry. Alright, so as always, it is a live stream, so I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon subscribers. So thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Huge shout out to Adam Shawhan, who's in the chat right now, Castellan Fry, Dave Bob, Enrique Evangelista, Greta, Harold Francis, Inflamed Wood, Jamie Christopher, Jeffrey Toon, Matthew Kadish, Perpetual Punster, Sly Jones, the DJ D Show, the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, those two ball guys, and Tina B. You are all amazing. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Laura says, Odin on Twitter today, Ron Howard was asking if we wanted a solo sequel. I told him I wanted Memphis Nest versus Boba Fett fight in Solo 2. Good Lord, yeah. There's not going to be a Solo 2. There's no way they could justify it. There's no financial benefit to them making a sequel. It lost $200 million. Meta Hermit, what is up? Dude, yes, Donald Hudson. We need a new Carl Urban Dredd. That's another great one. So, John Wick's great. The newer Dredd film is also very good. I have that one. Yeah, I have that one too. I'm pretty sure I have that one. Let me double check. Let's see, Drive. So that means it would be... Yeah. Boom. Dredd. So damn good. So damn good. Such a good movie. Like, seriously, like, the newest Dredd is so great. And actually, it's funny because the movie right next to it, Dragon Ball Evolution, one of the worst movies, but I wanted to have a really bad movie in my collection, so every time I look at it, I could say, oh, you're so bad. Judge Dredd the Meg. Per Comic says, there's a Predator vs. Aliens vs. Judge Dredd comic, but I haven't read it. What? Oh my gosh, dude. Those are like some crazy things. 70B, what are you ugging about? Are you talking about Dredd? Dredd's great. 70B, have you even watched the newest Dredd? It's so good. Carl Urban's a boss. Or are you talking about like the comic? Because that just sounds fun. Like Judge Dredd versus the Predator versus Aliens. That sounds amazing. Like in the best way possible. Also, guys, if you have not dropped a like on the video, please do. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, no, Mr. Pete's so great. I know, right, Tina? So true. Now, the newest Dredd was great. It's just a great action film. That's all I needed. Is that going to be UGG to reboots? No, Stephanie, you're right. You are right. We have way too many reboots. But I'm telling you, if you have not seen the newest Dredd, watch it. It really is good. It is better than the original. It is better than the original. No lie. Tina, you better have dropped a like. Yes, Shawhan, thank you for the 2 likes. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Yay! Glad to have you back, Mex. No sighing here, man. It's great to have you. Also, subscriber update. We're at 4,132 subs. So thank you guys for being supportive. CWD says Space Meg versus First Order. That wouldn't even be a fight. The First Order is so lazy. 70B, no, watch it. Seriously. You have to watch it. We have one dislike. It was probably from Ryan Johnson because we picked on his movie. Or is one of my students just being a jerk. Mr. Pete says, action-wise, yes, it was great, but Dredd was not very loyal to the comic, i.e. no satire. But again, it's a movie. It's not the comic. And I feel like you have to make that kind of separation. Whether it's a book adaptation or comic adaptation, you always have to make that kind of a separation between the two. Mr. Peabody says, I need a reboot. My UGG boots are now held together with sticky tape. Thanks, Steph. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, Steph and Tina are a major part of this. So, Steph and Tina, thank y'all so much for being my Valks. Y'all are fantastic. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to do half of what I do without you guys, so thank you. Yeah, Laura, Ron Howard might want to. I just don't think the studio at this point would be stupid to greenlight another solo film. They need to regroup, and they need to rethink a lot of things. Shawhan says, streaming and you and Doomcock are watching WDD. It's a party up in here. Oh, I bet. I bet. Stephanie B, you're actually watching the game. Nice. Tina, no problem. Seriously, y'all are awesome. Seriously, though, thank y'all so much. Wow. All right, so this isn't a bad match so far. Their matches should always be good, but sometimes they just don't let them happen. So, Edward Coleman, thank you so much for the $5 donation, man. Congrats on the 4K. Now less than 96,000 and 100 for 96,000 for 100,000 subs. Also, $5 more down, $85 on my $100 IOU. Well, thank you, Edward Coleman. I really do appreciate that so much. Thank you, man. Max says, what was the name of the commentator for WWF? I'm drawing a blank on his name, and I don't mean Jesse Ventura. Let me try and think. Classic? It's either the Jerry Lawler, the King Jerry Lawler, or good old JR. Talking about good old JR. Daha says, at least in the new Dredd movie, his female partner isn't just eye candy. Yep, very true. Very true. Cheyenne says, well, sir, you can't fix stupid. You're welcome. That is true. That is very true. And yes, Edward Coleman, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, not a terrible match so far. I'm trying to think. We got this match. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, the Ronda Rousey match gets higher booking than this. And I want to say there's like one other match before the main event, too, that's got higher booking, which is just silly. Good old JR, Mex. Yes, I love JR. JR was the best. It has not been the same without JR. Franklin says, Odin, if they did a solo 2, they would have the cast sat around a table doing nothing, and it would cost $500 million to make. Yes, Franklin. That is so true. And it would still be a better investment than the actual movie itself. Jesse Clark, Downfall is a great movie for being in German. I've heard that. Randall Animal, welcome to the channel. No, Jason Clark, I've heard the same thing about Downfall. I mean, also too, it's created one of the funniest memes. Like, it's such a great scene, like well acted and everything. But I have to say, the videos that have been made from scenes of that movie are just amazing. Yeah, Jason Clark, I hope your cookies are adding up now, because I feel sorry that you've kind of gotten shafted over the last few streams. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do about it. I have not had any time to like do research on other bots or anything. Like, that's why when I say, guys, I have not had time, I really have not, because I would rather spend the free time I have doing a live stream and interacting with you guys than on doing other stuff. So if I ever do have free time, I'm going to try and work on getting some stuff for patrons set up. And like, I know I keep on saying it, but it's going to happen at some point. It's eventually going to happen. I'm going to have the time to set things up, and it's going to happen. Michael Stark says, Solo 2, I still didn't get what is happening in the first one. Why Hana's good towards Ness when she tried to kill him earlier. Why Pando left without his pay for deliverance of Coaxium. It's a very good question. There's a lot of problems in the movie. Cheyenne says, who won the tag match? I missed it putting the dogs to bed. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre won. So the hopes are still alive for Braun Strowman to win. Again, Braun Strowman wins as the champion. Dogs of War versus the Shield versus the Hounds of Justice at Survivor Series. It writes itself. Because then you can set up Braun versus Reigns in a rematch at a later event and build it up, you know? It'd be so much better. Pro Comic says, I think you have been pushing too many pencils. I know, right? Speaking of which, Mex, also, since you haven't been here in a while, I haven't had anyone to make me do this. Super says, I heard Downfall is one of the most depressing movies you could ever watch. I imagine. I imagine so. Mex, this is for you, man. Great to have you back in the chat. I know, Cheyenne. I'm so excited for that result, too. Jason Clark says, it's just strange when someone has way less watch hours and then I do, and I have 3 times as many cookies. Well, I think it's because of the fact that they were around when people gave a big donation, and it added to them. And I think that's the only reason why. Because again, you do get cookies for watching, but again, you also get those bonus cookies. So I don't know what's been going on with that. Mex says, I haven't watched wrestling for quite a long time, not since the NWO, D-Generation X, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, you stopped watching at the peak of wrestling, in my opinion. As far as like the WWE wrestling, like nowadays, independent wrestling is like doing fantastic, amazing. Like All In did very well. Still need to watch all of it. But no, I definitely hear what you're talking about. Yeah, Downfall has to be put on my list at some point because I've heard great things about it. AJ Styles is just so talented. I know, yeah. Whenever Sensei Mike shows up, yeah, Sensei Mike hasn't been around in a while, so I hope everything's going well. I'm sure he's busy. Dalha says, I have a fever that can only be cured by more pencils in your beard. Well, Jason Clark says they could have donated to or something. I'm here for the peeps, not the cookies. Well, Jason Clark, I appreciate that, man. Michael Stark says they could use Solo to make Empire look good from their side, but we get 2 sets of Empire's side and nothing else. No wardrobe malfunctions, Mr. Pete. That's pretty much a thing of the past. Pretty much a thing of the past in modern wrestling. 70B says you will probably get to see The Last Jedi before it's released. How cool is that? Maybe. I really wish I could. Like, I've mentioned this several times. Like, dude. But I've actually never talked one-on-one. Other than the time he jumped in my stream, I've actually never talked to him one-on-one because I have access to communicate with him through a company Slack that's set up, but I don't know. I don't like bothering people, and I know that he's really busy doing a lot of stuff. But yeah, if I get the chance to see it, I would love to see it early. Because I want to be excited for Star Wars again. His trailer got me excited for Star Wars again. And that's really cool. Mr. Peabody, Rose is going to want her pencil back, and she has a gun. That is true. That is very true. She has a gun and a taser. I don't know which is worse. Oh my god. Holy crap. He's like 300 plus pounds. Wow. So AJ Styles just put like a 300-pound plus man on his shoulders. And AJ is not like... He's in good shape, but he's not like a guy you would think, oh, yeah, he could do that. All right, Mr. Pete, thanks for stopping by, man. Great to have you here. Thank you for the donation earlier as well. Tina says, Ivan's trailer got me excited for what they could have done. Let Ivan have all of it. I'd feel good about Star Wars again. Leave it in the hands. They have the franchise now. Nope, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I know, Shawhan, seriously. Max says, I'm concerned that you might be suffering from chronic cubicle syndrome, and don't try to deny it. Afflicted individuals always deny it. If you think you have it, you have it. What is chronic? What do you mean? I'm not going to deny something that I don't know what it is. Judge Tico. Oh my god. This guy does a 450 splash from a rope, like from the third rope. That's insane. Who does that? And this guy is like either close to 40 or in his 40s. And he's still pulling off this stuff. So good. So talented. Yeah, Kegger, in his 40s, dude, he's pulling this stuff off. Judge Tico, though, I like that. Someone should make a comic of that. Thalhassa says, I'm here to take names, chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum, and your name is... Ooh, this one always gets me nervous. The Styles Clash is such a dangerous move. Damn, son. That was crazy. Good match. I like this match. This is the best match of the night so far. Tag match wasn't bad. This one's been pretty good so far. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch wasn't terrible. It was definitely tolerable. Tag. Wow. Michael Stark says, with Rose craziness, better to die than to be tortured forever. Max says, as defined by Dilbert, yes. Symptoms of CCS include blurred vision, joint pain, fatigue, depression, hearing loss, and delusions of grandeur. The only cure is either alcoholism. I want to know what the second thing is. And it better not be cowbell. Oh, muscle buster. So yeah, for those who don't know, who watch wrestling, Joe has not used the muscle buster in a long time because the last time he used it, he broke somebody's neck and forced him to retire. And AJ's busted open. Looks nasty. That Meg says, or a patented electroshock harness designed to counter bad posture that leads to CCS. Damn. Well, I definitely had bad posture. Bad posture. Kegger says, remember when AJ saved Ellsworth's life? AJ had him in Styles Clash and Ellsworth bent his head the wrong way. If AJ didn't adjust quickly, Ellsworth would have died. Seriously, dude. I remember that. Yes. I was so, like, he had his head tucked in. It's like, that's how you break your freaking neck, man. Franklin says, oh, it just shows how bad Rian Johnson is as a director that Ivan can make a better film from his own bedroom than Johnson can. I know, seriously, like, again, I'm not downplaying Ivan as an editor, but like when you think about it, like the fact that he can make a minute-long trailer that has more emotion and moves you so much more than a 2.5-hour movie tells you all you need to know about how important editing is to a film. To me, Ivan Ortega is doing a great job because he really is showing people why editing is so important to a film. Don't let the Coquina Clutch win. I'm sorry. Joe needs a new finisher. The Coquina Clutch is just not believable. It just is not believable. He should use it rarely. He uses it all the time, and it's just not believable. I would much rather him either do... that's happened before. Anyway, sorry. So AJ Styles wins. That's what I thought was going to happen. I think it'd be really cool to have Joe as champion one day, but it's just not. AJ's just really, really good with the title right now. But no, I'm very confused. I don't really know where this goes from here. You know, seriously, editing is just like... Editors don't get a lot of love. Like, to me... One of the top Oscars one of the top awards at the Oscars should be Best Editing. Best Editing is more important to me. If I'm going to be honest, editing should go higher than the actors. If we're going to be honest, because editing makes or breaks movies. If you don't have a good, competent editor, you don't have a good movie. I mean, I know you need actors, but like, I'm sorry, editing is so much more important, to be honest. Tina says, Ivan has suffered for us. He's seen the trash movie between 60 and 70 times and has lost countless brain cells. He's more important than those many Bothans mentioned in The Return of the Jedi. Yes! It's so true. In order to make that film and edit it, he had to watch certain scenes over and over again. Kegger, Samoa Joe is older than AJ. Not many finishers he could do now. What? I didn't know he was older. He could do a modified muscle buster that's more safe. Or it's safer. I think that would be a way. That would be one way to do it. No, he could still do a power move. Like, he still moves very well for a man of his size and age. I'm talking about Samoa Joe. So you could give him a new power move. I'm sorry. Like, he could have a better finisher. Perth Comics. So editing could have saved Showgirls. Yes. Had Showgirls been edited differently, it could have possibly been a bearable film. Greta says, I've heard if you're an actor, you should always be nice to the editor. No, because the editor can make you look really, really bad because he has access to every single cut, every single take, and he can choose to put a really bad take in. So you're absolutely right about that, Greta. Thank you as the actor in the room and the channel, part of SAG, giving us that insight. I appreciate it. Again, don't get me wrong. Again, every person who makes a movie has an important part to play. But editors, in my opinion, just don't get a whole lot of love. Ooh. So now the new thing is AJ Styles tapped out technically. Ooh. Let's see what we got. Kegger says, Joe is still the man, though, for his promo work, especially when the ripped on Roman. Seriously, yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Joe is still a great talker, for sure. Greta says, sorry I missed your comment, Kegger. I'm glad I got back to it. Shawhan says, Odin, thank you for the night. No problem, man. This is fun. Jedi Charger says, if the Knights of Ren were students of Jake Skywalker and they were wearing these dark side looking outfits, wouldn't that mean that at least half had already turned to the dark side? It's a very good point. Jedi Charger says, why then does Rian Johnson Abrams portray as if Kylo hadn't fully turned yet? We see 7 potential pupils who turn to the dark side and have the uniforms to match. It's a good point. And also, too, like, the rule of 2 is still in place, so what are the Knights of Ren? Again, so many questions. Let's see. Michael Stark says, I would pull out my eyes. Wait, I would pull out my eyes with a spoon, then watch that movie once was too much. Eddie Marquez just got home, saw the ending of the Joe and AJ match. Stupid pin. Yeah, it's a stupid pin. Adding that he did tap out, to me, makes it a little bit better because it does set up the feud to keep on going. But I just don't know where it goes from here because I feel like they already had hit the peak. Franklin says, Odin, you no wonder Jeremy took Ivan to Disney. Would he deserve to? Yeah, seriously. He seriously deserved a break. Pro Comic says, I did work experience as TV camera operator. Do we have any editors in the room? We could make our own production. That's true. It's very, very true. All right. So we got, is this next? Nope. Backstage scene. Oh, that's right. So we got The Miz and Maurice versus those outfits. I'm not a fan of Maurice. I don't think she can't talk. She's not much of a wrestler. The Miz can do both. He's fantastic. I love The Miz. And then Daniel Bryan, of course, is fantastic. Brie, she could just stay home. Cheyenne says, so many questions with no answers equals Star Wars. So true. Coleman says, as a fan, Say by the Bell, Showgirls was amazing. Everything young Edward Coleman wanted. I'm sure it was. Mr. Peabody says, my brother-in-law used to be news editor. The anchor was an a-hole, so brother-in-law edited in the actor's bald spot. Yes. That's great. Eddie Marquez. Pay-per-view so far has been okay. There's been a couple good matches. Tag titles are still with Dolph and Drew McIntyre. The New Day won, which was kind of just, was what it was. Becky Lynch is the new SmackDown champion, which is great. That was a really good match. The ending was kind of silly. They could have done a little bit more with it, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened. And then, the Randy Orton-Jeff Hardy match. Randy Orton won. Jeff took a nasty fall through a table, but then he didn't beat him down. So I kind of am like, well, what do you do now? What do you do now? Mex says, here's a short clip that'll educate you more about CCS. Maybe later, Mex. Send the link through Discord. If you ever want to send me links, if you go through Discord, I'll have a bit easier access to it. Dalhaz says, and any other Discord members, Dion left an awesome pic of his setup for flight simulators, does in the general chat. What? X-Plane setup. What? I remember when I used to play X-Plane. All right, I'm seeing Shawhan's setup. That's awesome. And then, oh my God. Holy crap. That's really cool, man. That's fancy. Dion, that's fancy, man. Looks good. Michael Stark. Doom was a great movie, fight me. It was entertaining. It was funny. I wouldn't say it was a good movie, but it was entertaining. I mean, I'm interested in Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Not so much Maurice and Brie Bella. I don't like how the Bellas are essentially free agents and can go wherever they want. It just kind of breaks the whole different brands business. Kegger says, PW Insider is reporting that Brock Lesnar is backstage at Hell in a Cell. Could be a surprise run-in during Braun. Ooh, really? Well, Kegger, I will be excited for that if he comes and screws over Roman. Because holy crap, man, could you imagine? He screws over Roman. Ooh, man. Eddie Marquez says, it would be sick if the Knights of Ren were clones. Yes. Let's bring clones into it, guys. Clones are so cool. That's the one thing I've loved about the Thrawn trilogy is their use of clones has been fantastic. And same thing about Clone Wars. They've added a lot of depth to it. Super says, going off of that discussion on editing related to filmmaking, do you know about how the relationship between the director of photography and director is supposed to work? Thanks, Odin. So from what I know about it, the director is the one who is usually in charge of the actors. It's his, and basically it depends on the director. There's certain directors that are what we call actors directors who focus more on the acting, getting at the best performance of their actors, work very well with actors. And then there's other who are more visual directors. So for example, Zack Snyder would be a visual director. So he and the director of photography work hand in hand, and the director will have a particular vision that he will then explain and try and get the mindset to the DP to be able to understand his vision. And so basically, he's a lot more hands-on with the director of photography in those situations. The director obviously has a lot of power, has a lot of decision-making with that, but the director of photography is normally the one who is in charge of the shots. So the director says, this is what I want. The director of photography says, okay, this is how I'm going to make it happen. So there's certain directors of photography that have a little bit more power, that have a little bit more, because they've been around longer, because they're experienced, they're essentially given a little bit more autonomy. But it really depends on the director. So sorry for that explanation. Jedi Starship says, no offense to Ivan Ortega, but it's too bad that he didn't want fan contribution to the edit because there are artists, CGI modelers, animators that could have contributed. No, I agree, Jedi Starship, but honestly, I think that he was trying to do the best that he could. Micah Stark says, well, Doom was entertaining, but had no sense some turn into zombies and other monsters. No, Ian, I'm not defending it. I was entertained by it, though. Kegger says, also, Tager is supposed to be on Raw tomorrow night since it's close to his home in Austin. Yeah, they've kind of hinted at that because he needs to respond to everything going on. Tina says, might as well have clones, pores, Wookiees, Force Ghosts. What haven't they introduced into episode 9 yet? I know, seriously, right? Laura says, clones are the best part of anime Clone Wars. Yes. Yes, Laura, you're right. You're absolutely right. Of course. Y'all are great. These outfits are fantastic. Oh my goodness. Brie Bella's Brie mode thing is so stupid. One of the worst things she ever does is when she's in the ring and she goes, Brie mode! If there's one thing the Bella twins should never do, it's scream. It just nails on a chalkboard. Nails on a chalkboard. Daniel Bryan, on the other hand, is doing everything right. This, to me, is a devolution of the feud that should be happening at this point. Could be so much better. Could be so much better. All right, Dion. Sounds good, man. Yeah, definitely not going to be able to jump in the voice chat, post chat, post stream tonight. because the pay-per-view is going to be going. It might end around 9. But I need to get to bed because I get up at 6. Jedi Starship says, in the Star Wars universe, what character are you? Based on what Mex has told me, I'm one of the monks of Angti. I think that's how you pronounce it. Adam Shine says, I have Undertaker's signature from WWF days. He came to the Mier to sign stuff. It was awesome. Oh my god, that's awesome. Marquez, just wanted to say what's up really quick. Gonna get some dinner and crash. You guys have fun. Great evening. Marquez, you're not gonna watch the pay-per-view, man? Seriously? Come on, Marquez. Michael Stark says, it was funny to see Rock in the bad guy role. Yes, yes. Semper Fi, mother effer. Super says, okay, cool. Thanks for the info as always. I was wondering on something the other day and realized that I am an aspiring film critic who didn't understand how it worked. Yeah, seriously, no problem, Super. And again, if there's any questions you ever have that maybe I can explain a little bit better, yeah, and I'll try and help you as best I can. I do have some experience working in a independent production company. So I was actually a boom mic operator for a couple of different productions. And so I got to see, like, hand in hand how directors and DPs work together. And in the productions that I worked on, there was definitely, the director obviously is the chief. He is the one that controls what he wants. His vision is what is being brought about. But the director of photography obviously also, you know, puts his voice into it as well. So Kagger says, why is Brie on Raw with Nikki and on SmackDown with Daniel? WWE conveniently ignores this. No, it's true. And basically it's this whole mindset because it kind of just pissed me off because it's like John Cena, free agent, can go wherever he wants. Stupid. Now the Bellas are back. Oh, they can go wherever they want because they happen to be married to two of the biggest stars. You know, it's stupid. Mr. B.I. says, do you think Ivan will do us all a favor and edit out Holdo's hair? Sadly not. Marquez says, if I had energy, I would. Bit super tired. I'll watch it later on. We'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, sounds good, Marquez. And guys, also, I will not be live streaming tomorrow because my mom is having knee surgery on Tuesday. I'm not going to do a live stream tomorrow. We're going to be going to my parents' house to get some dessert because my dad's taking her out to dinner. You know, it's a generic. It's one of those things where it's, you know, it's a surgery that's done often, but complications can always happen from surgery. So please, I would appreciate any thoughts and prayers that you can send that way. So again, no live stream tomorrow. I'm gonna try my best to get a low council going on Tuesday, and I will keep y'all posted on that. Again, that's why if you're not a part of the Discord yet, join it. It's a lot better than Twitter because you're only dealing with people on this channel and from this channel. So you're not dealing with as much nonsense, and obviously you can turn off notifications. There are different chat rooms that you can go to talk about different topics, and it's a lot of fun. So if you've not joined the Discord yet, I highly recommend it. 70B says, prayers going up and blessings coming down. Well, thank you, 70B. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jason Clark says, all-time favorite wrestler was Andre the Giant. Nice, Jason Clark. Andre is great, especially the fact I love his work in Princess Bride, of course. And after having read the book by, it's called As You Wish. It's a very, very good book. It's written by the lead from Princess Bride. And he talks about his experiences with Andre the Giant, and it's just so awesome. My favorite of all time would probably be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Eddie Marquez, you got it, brother. We'll be living on prayer. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hound 3000, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Michael Stark says, hope everything will be good. All right, God bless. Thank you so much, Michael Stark. I appreciate it. Yes, family first for sure, Shawhan. Forks on a chalkboard? What? I bet it does sound like nails on a chalkboard. I wonder why. Mr. Perfect's pretty great. Mr. Perfect is pretty damn good. Pretty darn good. Alright, guys. So let me go ahead and give a shout out one more time to my supporters, to the people who keep me going, keep me honest, and also support my channel. So huge shout out to Adam Shawhan, Castellan Fry, Dave Bob, Enrique Evangelista, Greta, Harold Francis, Inflamed Wood, Jamie Christopher, Jeffrey Toon, Matthew Kadish, Perpetual Punster, Sly Jones, the DJD Show, the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, those two ball guys, and Tina B. You are all my patrons, so thank you so much for being so supportive. Yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Perfect, for sure. I wish Curtis Axel was being treated a lot better. Thank you, 70B. So again, join that. Click on that link if you want to join our Discord server. Again, it's kind of like a group of chat rooms, but it's all people from this channel. So, DDP. I want DDP to have one more match, man. He could go. That man's like in his 60s, and he could totally go. He's in great shape because of DDP yoga. What kind of hit was that, Maurice? Mr. BY says, a couple of days ago, saw an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. Randy Popper was a guest star. That's right, he was in an episode. Dude, Walker, Texas Ranger is hilarious. One of my favorite things that Conan O'Brien ever did was he had a Walker, Texas Ranger lever, and he'd pull it, and it'd be a random scene from the show that was always hilarious. My favorite one was there's a scene where this adult is telling a kid who's, like, caught up on a ladder saying, jump down and I'll catch you. And then the kid jumps off, and it's in slow motion. The kid's falling, and then the adult drops his hands and backs off, and the kid falls. And then, like, it cuts back to Conan. He's just like, what was that? Donald Hudson says, my wife met Andre the Giant. That's awesome. Jedi Starship says, there was a Jedi librarian named Master Odon close to your name. Interesting. Kagger says, well, Curtis Axel is getting better treatment with the B team. No, for sure. Now he is, but of course, it's a complete joke team, and they lost the titles. So they were being treated better for a while, and now they don't have the titles anymore. So that I'm not okay with. And also, they lost very easily to the New Day, and it's like, nah, I don't like that. I liked it when they were undefeated. I mean, they remind me a lot of Edge and Christian, where they're like a comedy team, but they're also really good wrestlers. And unfortunately, I don't feel like they're going to be treated that way. Dude, DDP had some of the best intro music of all time. I love it. DDP, too cool. Doom doom town now. Self high five. Nah, this match is okay. Just not interested. Mixed match challenges just don't interest me. I remember when there used to be like a clear difference between a mixed match and then an intergender match. So intergender matches, the men can face the women too. And then a mixed match, men face men, women face the women. And I remember back in the day, they like had people like China who would be in these matches, and they'd like whoop on the guys. I love it. It's great. Self high five. So good. Anthony Franklin says, Odin, I watched WrestleMania 17 again the other day. The Attitude Era was great, and so were the matches. Seriously, Attitude Era is probably the greatest time in WWE wrestling. That's the reason why today you got to go to like NXT, ROH, New Japan. Like, you have to go to the indies to find some really good storytelling. The main roster is just such garbage right now. Jedi Starship says, favorite lightsaber color, including making one of your own. I always get caught up on this because favorite lightsaber, I really like Darth Maul's lightsaber because it's cool. And then, of course, I do love Mace Windu's purple lightsaber because it's purple. But if it was mine, it'd be green because my favorite color is green. So... it would be that. JKT, I saw that comment. That's awesome. Oh, Holdo needs to just go away. Oh wait, she did. But wait, she can come back because hyperspace ramming was a thing, and we don't know whether or not her ship got destroyed or not. Technically speaking, all that we saw was the rip through the other ship. So. Oh, wouldn't that be something if they like bring her back? She comes out of light speed, or she comes back in the light speed, and she's like, "I never died," and then everyone in the theater just goes collectively, "Oh, I thought she was dead." Nice, Perth. Tina says, "Okay, my favorite colors are pink, red, and purple, so something along those lines, or just pink." And I'm not a SJW. No, see, the SJWs would say, "Why do you like pink? Society has dictated that women must like pink." And it's just a part of the patriarchy. Pink is just the color of the patriarchy. What are you doing, Tana? Mr. BY says, at the moment, we have Walker on 5 days a week because they are turning weeknights into tough nights. Yes! Man. When men were men, Walker, Texas Ranger. All right, yeah, I agree with that. So one of my friends is putting a prediction for what he thinks the Saints are going to do this season, and I totally agree. They're not going to have a winning season. They're not going to go to the playoffs. So right now he has 5-11, 6-10 if we get favorable calls and bounces, and I think that's absolutely true because anyone that says the Saints are good because they won their first game and, oh, look, they broke the 0-2 nonsense, I'm sorry, but, like, that's just stupid. The only reason why the Saints won today is because the Browns kicker screwed up miserably. Like, had he done his job, the Saints would not have even been in, like, the picture. The Saints won because they got lucky. And that's been, like, the last several years for the Saints. They've either been really damn lucky or, you know. Kegger says, if Holdo comes back like that, I'd yell fire in the theater to make everyone leave. Well, be careful with that, man. Super says, everyone's just standing together waiting for Luke to return, and then out of nowhere, Holdo pops up. I know, seriously. Like, they tease the Holdo. No, they tease the Luke Skywalker return, and instead you get Holdo. And it's like, oh, seriously? That's when people walk up and leave. JKD says, so the Saints are the Bengals of the Bayou. Something like that. Mr. BY says, for 5,000 subs, are you going to do the Baby Shark dance? Baby Shark dance. I'm very much strongly considering actually going through with the being in the Chewbacca onesie outside of a Popeyes. I don't know if I can do that now, but we'll see. I definitely plan on doing something for 5,000. But for 4,000, guys, just so y'all know, I did a very big giveaway where I gave away like several different things. So that's what I did for 4,000. So, but for 5,000, we'll definitely try and do something special because 5,000 is a very, very big. This is boring. This is where I get into a same old crap discussion. The Cleveland Clowns managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. You're so right, Dave. No, seriously, the Browns beat themselves. The Saints did not win that game. The Browns beat themselves. So anyone that's going to be like, because I know I have students that are going to be like, you see, I told you we're going to go to the Super Bowl this year. It's like, no. Our team looks terrible. Our defense is garbage. Our offense, when against a good defense, can't produce. So once we face like an actual, like, and also keep this in mind, over 30 players are brand new to the Browns team. So the fact that we were, you know, stupid. Jedi Starship says, what would make a Saints game exciting is watching the Darth Vader coming out and cut them all down one by one because he can. Yes, Jedi Starship. Greta says, I thought you were going to eat Popeyes in your onesie for. Originally, I was going to be eating Popeyes outside of a Popeyes in my onesie, like in my car. All right, yeah, that's a stupid ending. That is a stupid ending. So Maurice just pinned Bree clean in a stupid pin predicament that looks awful. This match was a waste. This was a total waste of time. They could have ended the pay-per-view early had they just skipped this match. Seriously. It does nothing for the feud. Michael Stark says, what do you think about how would Kylo or Rey last against Maul, Windu, Obi-Wan, or Anakin? They get destroyed. Well, it depends on who's writing the story, because if the current writers are writing it, the current story group is telling the story, well, Rey would beat them all. E-Boy, what's up, man? Hope Mass was good. Let's see. But no, going back, Greta, so I might do that. I might do like a multiple thing. I might buy Popeyes and eat the Popeyes at home in my onesie. And then maybe do a couple other things too. Because I still need to get porgs. I still need to get my dogs eating apart the porgs. Super says, wait, what? Don't follow football. Did you just say that the Cleveland Browns, a team in the NFL, has taken on about 30 new players? Yeah, that was the stat that they came up with during the game. They had the most turnover between the 2017 and 2018 seasons. So over the course of the offseason, or between 2017 and 2018, they have 31 new players on their team. That was the graphic that came up. Yeah, seriously. So a team that has gone through that kind of a change, even though they have had an offseason to get things together, the fact that they should have beat the Saints today tells you just how bad the Saints are this season. And the reason why it comes down to two things. One, the Saints defense has been garbage for a long time. The Saints have never had a good defense except for when we won the Super Bowl. We have not had a good defense since. The offense only exists because of Drew Brees, and we don't really have a consistent running game. And people will say, "Oh, but Kamara was running great today." Okay, so he showed up today, but I'm sorry, that's not consistent. So, Mex says, "So you're saying the movie Draft Day is complete crap?" Yes. Never seen it, but sounds like it. Anything that makes football look good, football is nonsense when you really step down and think about it. I'm sorry, but like high school football should be banned. It's so unsafe. The amount of people who get injured, and that doesn't even count the number of like mental injuries, like brain injuries that happen from football. It should just like the fact that like I go to a school that has a 5th grade tackle football team scares me. That's way too young. That's way too young to have tackle football. I'm sure they have some kind of rules about how you can hit in 5th grade, but still. Let's see. Kegger says, to be fair, the Browns went 0-16. They need at least 45 new players. No, seriously. Like, it makes a lot of sense as to why they had such a big turnaround. No, you're absolutely right, Kegger, for sure. That's why it makes sense. But still, it's a brand new team, and it takes time for new teams to click together. So the fact that they should have won tonight against a team that most people would say were the favorites going in should tell you all you need to know about what the Saints are this season. Mex says, considering your comments about the Browns, you're now obligated to watch that film at least once. Actually, just find a clip of the ending and watch that. That'll do it. Okay. Rugby is more exciting. Oh, yeah, I bet. No, I'd rather watch soccer or tennis or wrestling. So they did write Jeff Hardy off. They could have done it much better had Randy Orton actually beat him up after, personally. Super says, if it makes you feel any better, my state doesn't even have a football or baseball team. No, seriously, it doesn't bother me at all because I don't like the Saints right now. And the reason why is because the head coach cheated on his wife and is a giant scumbag. So I'm not going to cheer for a team that has that kind of a guy as their head coach. I think that sends a really bad message to kids and everything else around the league. And then Drew Brees, who's supposed to be this all-around good guy, sat out for a $100 million contract. And then, on top of that, try to get more money from as a member of the Football Players Union. It's just like, just get that nonsense out of here. Perth Comics says, all right, so now it's the Ronda Rousey match. All right, so this pay-per-view is probably going to like 9:30. Perth Comics says, British Bulldogs in year 5, just an excuse for kids to bash each other. No, seriously, way too young. Way too young. Lethal Lightning, what's up, man? E-Boyd, how do you think the Saints offense will be next year after Drew is gone? You think Drew's going to be gone next year? Oh, no, like E-Boyd, the Saints offense is not like playoff caliber at this point. The only reason they won today was out of pure luck. So Drew Brees is a great quarterback. Like, Drew Brees is a great player, but his offense is inconsistent. He doesn't get running consistently to support his throwing ability, and his defense sucks. You don't win the Super Bowl, you don't go on to the playoffs with a bad defense, and the Saints' defense is really bad. So if they ever were to lose Drew Brees, the Saints are done. The Saints are never going to see the playoffs ever again. I'm calling that right now. Drew Brees is the only person that has gotten the Saints close to anything. Without them, they'd be nothing. Kegger says, Jeff Hardy was legit taking off in a stretcher, and Matt Hardy put a vid on Twitter saying he's retiring. Wait, tonight? I know that Matt Hardy was like teasing that around that he was going to retire. Yeah, because Jeff Hardy was legit injured before the match. So I know they there was a rumor that he was going to be written off TV for a while. And I knew Matt Hardy was talking about retirement too, because he's dealing with, like, his spine is, like, being fused together. Like, it's really bad. Jedi Starship says, Odin, it would be appreciated if you took the effort to arrange the Popeye's chicken to look like deep fried pork and then video it. Hopefully, PETA won't sue for imagery death. Imaginary death. I'll do the very best that I can. Mecha Random, what's up, Mecha Random? How's it going? Super says, and isn't Drew Brees getting up there in age too, at least when it comes to football? Yeah, I mean, he's in his upper 30s now, and he's getting slower as the years go on. He is not the quarterback that he was back in 2009. So it's one of those things where, is he still good? Yes. If he had a good team behind him, he could definitely bring them to another Super Bowl for sure. But yeah, Drew Brees does not have a whole lot of time left. I don't know when his contract goes up, but the Saints are going to keep him on because they're going to keep paying money to have him, because they know once they lose Drew, they don't have a team anymore. They don't have an offense at that point. Kegger says, it's true. Matt also put out a tweet for fans to support Bray Wyatt now. Oh, okay. That's a weird way to go, Kegger, because you would think that he could retire from in-ring competition, like, in the actual ring, you know? Like, it's interesting that he wouldn't do that out in the ring. Like, they let every person that wants to retire do that. And he could stay on as a manager. That could be hilarious for him to be a manager. Mecha Random, how's it going? How's it going, Mecha? How is Doomcock? Is Doomcock doing fine? Did he stop streaming? Is that why you're here? Mex, have you ever seen The One and Only? If you haven't, as a wrestling fan, I would recommend that you see it. I've never seen The One and Only. The wrestler is very, very good. Obviously, Ready to Rumble is a wrestling fans required watching for so many reasons. I love Ready to Rumble. It's hilarious. I am resting. Ducock just ended. I have pizza. Oh, nice. Pizza's always a good thing to have. Doomcock show was awesome, says Shawhan. Yes, right. Shawhan had multiple streams up at once. What is Alicia Fox wearing? That looks awful. All right, so we got the Ronda Rousey match coming up. So Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. Two things are going to happen. Either one, Ronda Rousey is going to win in a rout, which kind of makes sense if they're going to build up a big match for the women's pay-per-view Evolution. Or we're finally going to see a heel turn take place with Natalia. Mecca says, I usually watch multiple streams as well unless I'm on them. Nice, Mecca. So yeah, tonight we're either going to see a total rout take place or we're going to see a heel turn. That would be my prediction of this night. Max says, The One and Only is a 1978 Harry Winkler, really, film where he portrays a struggling actor that's forced to turn the world of wrestling to the world of wrestling to support himself and his growing family. Ah, that's really cool. I never heard of that. Jedi Starship says, a Star Wars puppet show would be better than Last Jedi. I love puppet shows. Yes. Tiger says, I'm predicting a heel turn by Natty. Yeah, I think they were originally going to turn her heel weeks ago, but then unfortunately her father passed away, so obviously that's a good reason not to let her do that. So now might be the time to do it. But the reason why I don't think that's going to happen, at least during the match, is because the rumors are that they want to set up, I don't know why, because I don't want to see her wrestle, is a Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella match for the title. So I don't want to see that, though. So if Ronda wins, or rather if Ronda loses here, that puts that into a big question mark. So 70B says, Mecca has been up for 20 plus hours. Oh my god, Mecca, go to sleep. James, what's up, dude? Mega Random is talking to Tina. Okay. So yeah, Ronda Rousey's either going to win in a rout, or Natalya is going to turn heel. And if she turns heel, it brings into question what the main event of the all-women's pay-per-view is going to be. Which, to me, it makes more sense to have Ronda Rousey, who's going to be able to bring in money for that show at the top of the card as the champion, personally. Ooh. Just makes a lot more sense. And then they need to drop the whole Nikki Bella stuff. Nikki Bella should not be in the title picture. Nikki Bella is trash. JKD. A snuff film starring Muppets and Sesame Street characters is better than The Last Jedi. Oh my god. Mega Random says, I got about 5 hours this morning. Went to bed at 6 a.m. Damn. I couldn't do that. Well, that was a weird pin. E-boy, Drew's contract ends this year. Some of the NFL stars, such as Drew and Tom Brady, are leaving after this year, so I think a bunch of teams will go downhill with the Saints. Tom Brady's not leaving the Patriots, dude. Tom Brady is going to retire as the Patriots because Tom Brady knows the Patriots is an organization that can guarantee him to get close to the Super Bowl every year. He might not win it with them every year, but he will get damn close every year with that franchise because they put a lot of money to try and help him out. The Saints, that's a bigger question. You know, obviously the Saints, the reason why Drew might stick with the Saints is because the Saints are probably going to offer him the most money because the Saints will essentially pay him anything he wants to stay in New Orleans because the Saints management's stupid. They spent so much freaking money. No, E-Boy, yes, that's correct, but he's already said vocally that he wants to play until he's 45. So he's got another 3 years. If he stays by his word, he's got another 3 years left to play. So he's going to retire with the Patriots, and he's got 3 more years in him. So unless he gets a major injury or something else crazy happens, he's going to keep playing for the next 3 years. Drew, I mean, I'm sorry, like the Saints are going to offer him money. They're going to offer him money because they're stupid because they don't realize that, no, if they actually cut ties with him, I know that some people are going to say, oh, no, it's stupid. They cut ties with him. They free up, you know, once his contract's up, they free up a crap ton of money, and guess what they can do? They can invest in getting a good defense. That's what they could do, and that's what they should do because defenses win games. Yes, you need a good quarterback, but that's only part of it. Jason Clark says, did you watch the wrestling movie with Steve Carell and Taylor Lautner called Fox Hill something? It was made like 3 years ago. It's really good. I think you're thinking of something else, Jason Clark, but I think I know what you're talking about. I did see a wrestling film with Steve Carell, but it was like legit wrestling. It wasn't Taylor Lautner either. It was, oh, what's his name? From Magic Mike. Shahan says, last time I slept was Thursday night. Been up since Friday morning at 7:30. 2 naps equals 1 hour. Oh, my God, dude. How do you do that? I need my naps, man. Donald Hudson says, I don't want to hear any gripes. I'm a Lions fan. Gaze upon my crap team and weep. The Lions should be good, too. Because the Lions also have a decent quarterback, so. The Lions had some moments over the last, like, 5 years of potential, so. Well, the reason why is because New Orleans is just so, like, the people of New Orleans are so full of themselves. Like, every year it's like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. And ever since we won that one time, like, people just cannot let that go. And it's like, I'm sorry, but. And also, too, like, all right, to get. Yes, Channing Tatum. That was it. Foxcatcher, Channing Tatum. That was a pretty good movie. Yes, thank you very much, Greta. But the chant that Saints fans yell, which hasn't always been the chant of the Saints. Back in the day, we would just yell "Go Saints Go," which to me makes a lot more sense. The Who Dat chant is stupid. The whole chant is Who Dat saying gonna beat them Saints. Well, we already know that one team has beat the Saints. So it's kind of a self-defeating chant. Especially when we have bad years where we have losing seasons. Because at that point, it's like, who that saying going to beat them Saints? A lot of people, actually. A lot of people say they're going to beat them Saints. All right, this is not how I expected this match to go. And it just doesn't really work. Doesn't really work for me. So, Cheyenne says, I'm retired with Prego Wiener Dog equals no sleep. Oh, that's true. Coffee. Yeah. Who Dat chant, it's stupid. Doesn't make any sense. It's stuck up, arrogant, and it's also just stupid. I long for the days of the Aints and the Go Saints Go. Now everyone's just so stuck up. Oh my god, we're the New Orleans. Chris Rose, spare me. Wish Chris Rose would just leave. Jedi Structure says the only chant they should say is "Long live the Jedi," unless you're Stephanie P. Oh my god, could you imagine if they had a football team whose chant was "Order 66, Order 66, execute Order 66"? That'd be amazing. If I ever got rich and could buy a football team, I would be like, no, screw your tradition. Order 66 is where it's at. What's up, Tina? Go, Sith, go. Yes. Well, that looked bad. Give me an I, give me a T. Kecker says, Bengals had the Who Dey chant that the Saints adopted into Who Dat. Yeah, that's right. And a lot of people want to ignore that. There's so many people who still try and say, well, technically, if you look at the history, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, just stop. Just stop. The Empire did nothing wrong. Give me an S, give me an I, give me a T, give me an H. What does that spell? Sith. But no, like the Who Dat chant, it's just so stupid. JKD says, gotta love my Cincinnati Bungholes. LG Luck, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Just watching some Hell in the Cell pay-per-view right now. Talking movies. Been talking sports for like the last 10 minutes. The Saints are a terrible garbage team. They didn't win today. The Browns beat themselves. At least we should be honest with ourselves. I mean, I'm glad that they're making this a bit of a competitive match, but at this point, I just don't buy it. Now I'm 99% sure that Ron is going to win this match. Jedi Starship says, 70B is trying to seduce me to the dark side of the Force, but I like oatmeal cookies, not chocolate chip cookies. If you like, wait a minute, oatmeal. Not oatmeal raisin. If you're talking about if you like oatmeal raisin cookies over chocolate chip, you should just leave. JKD says, at least the Saints won a Super Bowl. Cincinnati went twice, got stopped by the 49ers twice. Yeah, the Bengals, though, they'll be back one day, man. They'll be back one day. No, if you don't eat chocolate chip digital cookies, you just leave. Pro Comic says, sounds like Odin sleep is coming. Yeah, seriously, I'm tired, man. I didn't get I had to get up early because my dog was. We had to displace our dogs for a night because we had family over that was in the guest room where the dogs usually are. So they were moved, and so at like 6 a.m., River starts barking, and so it woke my wife up and it woke me up too. And I tried to get back to sleep and I just couldn't. Dude, yeah, remember when San Francisco had a really great team? Colin Kaepernick didn't help that much. Kegger said Braun Strowman is next match in the final one for the night. Okay, yeah, Kegger. I figured as much. Yeah, so that tells me that this pay-per-view is probably ending around 9:30, max 9:45, which isn't terrible. As long as I'm off and in bed around 10. Super says depends. Are the cookies chewy? Yes, damn right they are. Mr. BY says, stop that. You're going to have all of us yawning. I know. Yawning is contagious. It's been studied. Dalhaz says, guess the show. The goggles, they do nothing. The acid is getting to my eyes. The goggles, they do nothing. The acid is getting to my eyes. I don't know. Jedi Structure says, Odin, say hi to the wifey for all of us. I will. I think she's asleep right now or she's getting to bed, so. Burn all the Nikes. No, don't burn the Nikes. Donate them. Because you've already bought them. They already have your money. Burning them is just, to me, is self-centered. Like, boycott them by never buying their product again. Or something like that. but don't burn them. Because there are people out there who have no shoes on their feet who could use them. Treat them like you would any team that loses the Super Bowl year. Oh my goodness gracious. This is what my wife just sent me. That's River. And she's built herself a little fort. And she's lying underneath her little fort, curled up. Donald Hunt says Simpsons. Oh yeah, I'm not a big Simpsons fan. Get to the chopper. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna put this in the Discord because it's really cute. So that way y'all can see it better. Alright, should be in there now. Let's see. Mech says, good idea about the Nikes. We need to make sure that everyone has protection for their feet when they kick the straight up ruin Johnson and KK's asses. Yes. Shinphil, what's up, man? Odin with another video. What's up, Shinphil? How's it going, man? Eric Coleman, O's Mood Blog. Cookies should only be chewy after dipped in milk. Blue bag, Chips Ahoy. Ooh, yeah. I mean, I like chewy cookies and like the hard cookies. Hard cookies are better to dip for sure. But I do like chewy cookies too. Michael Stark says, did you see how Kylo barely can lift lightsaber in Force Awakens? I literally can do the same moves with 10 kilograms of weight in my hands. I thought the sabers in canon are from plasma and it is weightless. Yeah, that is a very good point. Yeah, based on the Clone Wars, there isn't a whole lot in there. And the Kyber crystals are very, very small. So definitely not heavy. Alright, yeah. And also, Ronda's armbar just does not look painful at all. She needs a new finisher. At least she needs to adapt it a bit better. Yes, I know, Stephanie B. They're amazing. Super says, this has been an awesome chat. Sorry, but I got to tap out. Have a bit of work to do before school tomorrow night, everyone. Sounds good, Superman. I understand. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I always appreciate having you here. Again, we've been on for 2 hours, 45 minutes. So we got one more match to go. And hopefully it ends the way that it should with Roman losing. It's not going to probably end that way because Vince McMahon is an idiot who doesn't understand what fans want. I'm telling you, having him with the champion, having the Dogs of War with all the belts, set up a Survivor Series match between the Hounds of Justice and the Dogs of War. Shinville says, Odin was playing the new, you were playing the new Dragon Quest game, so didn't see the stream until this late. Krylo Tantrum Ren. No problem, Shinphil, man. Great to have you here. Greta says, gotta go to bed. Have to be back at work at 6 a.m. Good night, all. Greta, have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, and I am not too far behind you. Basically, as soon as this match ends, we are going to leave. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go ahead and last time for the night. Again, I don't know how long the match is going to be either, but huge shout out to Adam Shawhan, Castellan Fry, Dave Bob, Enrique Evangelista, Greta, Harold Francis of Flamewood, Jamie Christopher, Jeffrey Toon, Matthew Kadish, Perpetual Punster, Sly Jones, the DJD Show, the Shawhan, Wiener Dog Clan, those two ball guys, and Tina B. You were all amazing. Let's see. Stephanie B says, Don Hudson's trying to stop me from recruiting people to the dark side. Stephanie B, you keep going, girl. You keep going. Kegger says, Seth will still have the IC title. No, that is true, but again, when all three guys coming out have belts, and you have two with the tag team and one with the championship, that's how stables should look. So that's the reason why, to me, it works better. Unless they're going to try and set up they have the titles, they set up a Survivor Series match between them, and then Dean Ambrose turns heel. But once again, Dean Ambrose, though I think he should turn heel after Roman Reigns turns heel because Roman Reigns sucks. Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, still awake, still alive. Arf, arf. All right, guys, I'm going to go grab something really quick, and I'll be right back, all right? See y'all in a second. All right, what's up, guys? I am back. So they're still having a promo for this match. Damn, son. Damn, son. All right, we got the last match. And in all honesty, guys, like, Braun Strowman got screwed over here. He cashed in his Money in the Bank match legitimately, and it was ruined by these guys. They could have gone heel. The Shield could have gone full heel. And they didn't. It was a waste. Such a waste. And then they decided to turn Braun heel, and people love Braun in this thing. Ah, it's stupid. Kicker says, Dean can be the next Stone Cold. No kidding. He has that potential. Just needs to turn on Seth and move to SmackDown if rumor is true about SmackDown becoming more Attitude Era-like. That could be really cool, for sure. But again, Dean Ambrose should be a heel, for sure. But so should Roman Reigns. Tina says, 70, I think we need some kind of elevator music when you... If I could find a way to set that up, because I don't think there's a way to do that through Streamlabs. Maybe there is. I would definitely love to do that. Shinphil saw at Mike Zero that there might be a surprise trader in episode 9 for Twist. Betting on Rose Tico, though seriously, I don't give a damn. No, I don't give a damn either, but could you imagine? Could you imagine if Rose Tico, because again, what did I say? All of a sudden, Rose Tico steps out, turns on Finn, and then instead of Raylo, we get Roselo. Telling you, man, hashtag Roselo. Get it trending. Hashtag Roselo. Rose Tico and Kylo Ren. The couple that everyone never wanted to see. Roselo. Jedi Starship says, knock, knock. Who's there? Tina says, Uncle Ethan was reading about the same rumor. It's the one we heard months ago about Hux, but Rose Tico being a traitor would be awesome. That would be pretty great. And again, could you imagine Rose Tico and Kylo Ren? Hashtag no Roselo. No, Roselo needs to happen. Kegger says, if to be fair, Braun didn't need money back. No, he didn't. He really didn't, because of the Great Saudi Rumble, and no one doubts he could challenge the title anyway. No, I totally agree with you. And that's the reason why there are some people who wonder if Braun does lose tonight, if Baron Corbin tries something screwy and says, oh, well, actually, I made this match official, and he never used his contract. I mean, you could do shenanigans like that. Knock, knock. Who's there? Holdo. Holdo who? Holdo who? Also, it's called Hell in the Cell, and only 2 matches occur in the actual cell. That's a waste. It's a waste of the cell. Jedi Starship says, Holdo, my thermal detonator. Roselo, make it happen, guys. Lando would know what's up. The Devil's Playground. So yeah, if Roman wins this match clean, I'm gonna be pissed. If he wins because of interference, it keeps the it'll keep the rivalry going. But the one thing, I swear, if Mick Foley gives Mr. Sacco to Braun, he'll be stupid. He's in pretty good shape though. This is probably the best shape that he's been in a very long time. You know, obviously he's still beaten and broken because of years of punishment, but Lando's here. What's up, Lando? I'm gonna pistol whip the next person who says shenanigans. Yes, Lando. Yes, I love that reference. Shinfield says they already Johnson this trilogy. That is very, very true. Again, that's the reason why, like, they've already ruined it, so you might as well just make it as ridiculous and stupid as possible and turn Rose into a heel. Like, that'd be amazing. Could you imagine Rose as a bad guy? That'd be amazing. Again, Rose and Kylo together. And guess what, guys? Because of Mr. Peabody, at some point, I know one thing I'm getting, because he's always put surprise in there for me. I know that I'm getting a Kylo Ren action figure. So Kylo and Rose are going to be together every stream. Roselo will be official. Roselo will be a thing. Just for Tina and Steph. Again, I love Foley. Foley's great. Eric Coleman says, I'm voting for Chulo. Oh, no. No. Yes, Tina, you heard me right. Mr. Peabody is indeed sending a Kylo Ren. It's on its way right now. And there's a few other things in there, so I can't wait to see what else he put in there. But Kylo Ren's a part of it. And so, yes, Kylo and Rose will be on every stream together. Roselo will officially be a thing on this channel. Yep. You're welcome, guys. But Chulo, good lord, man. That's what Vader said. Lando says, it's going to be Poe and Me, Episode 9, Steamy Shower. Oh, no, Billy D. Not to Billy D, man. Don't do that to Billy D. Oh, please, no. Please, no. Yeah, seriously. Oh, God, Lando. Michael Stark. Hooray love story? Is that a Hux Ray's love story? Good God. If they wanted to piss people off, yes. Get Hux, the most, like, hated, useless character in the entire saga, and put him with Rose Tico. Now, that would be a story right there. All right. Vince, can you hear that? Roman Reigns getting booed to hell as a face. Your experiment has failed. Let it go. You can try and use your audio techniques to try and boost the cheers all you want, but most people are not buying it, so please stop. Rose's hair is amazing. Steph, you leave Rose alone. Mr. Guy says, I could only get the Kylo with the helmet, not the figure without the helmet. No problem, dude. It makes it even better. Because then we have us a Spaceball situation where we have the Darth helmet with the helmet. Guys, y'all know what's going to happen for, dude, the Spaceball stream. It's going to be my birthday. It's going to be my birthday weekend. Spaceball stream. We're going to have, probably by then, Kylo Ren and Rose Tico. Y'all know the scene I'm talking about in... It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Take that. Kegger says, should change Roman's intro music to Frozen theme. Yes. Yes, Kegger. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it, man. I agree. I love when they like look at the cage. It's like, unless you're going to climb it, just get in the damn cell. It's essentially it's a steel cage match. It's just a bigger cell. But yeah, seriously, they should change Roman's music because that's the Shield theme. Let that stay the Shield theme music. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, look at my puppy right now. She is underneath the cover. She has buried herself underneath the cover. I love River so much. She is so cute. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's being a good baby right now. The Cheyenne Wiener Dog clan's laughing. Michael Stark says Hux and Ray, known as Hooray, okay, Hooray would be shock of public. I invented Hooray. Oh my goodness, Hooray! Could you imagine? Yes, indeed. Where's the lighting, man? Braun's face isn't lit up. Kegger says, Roman jacked the Shield music. He needs his own. Maybe they're waiting until VKM finally stops pushing him. No, seriously. Damn right, Braun. Damn right, Braun. Yeah, that might be the case. I honestly think that he needs new music. He needs to lose the vest because that should be illegal. Let's be honest. That should be illegal in a match. And he needs to turn heel because he sucks as a face. He can't speak for crap. His in-ring set is boring and lame. And he needs a new finisher. A guy that size should have a power finisher that's not the damn spear. Seriously, Kegger. Braun's awesome. Braun's the man. Say, Braun's how you do things right, man. Adam Shine says, Roman kept Shield music entire time, didn't he? Yep, the entire time. And so now the only way that you can tell the difference is that technically when the Shield is reunited, the music is like slightly different. And then at the very beginning, they've got the Shield echo. Braun like Game of Thrones? I'm confused. No, Braun Strowman, the wrestler. The monster amongst men. He could be in Game of Thrones. He could definitely be toe-to-toe with the Mountain. No, not that Braun. Kegger says, Roman has less moves than Cena's 5 moves of doom. It's so true. It's so true. And also, the Superman punch is stupid. It's so stupid. The fact that he's won matches with the Superman punch is stupid. He's awful. He's so bad. He's a disgrace. Jedi Starship says, I saw the latest Star Wars Episode 9 poster. It has Rey with fetish collars leashes around Poe Finn. Oh my god. Somebody says, oh, okay. Eek. No, don't know the wrestling. It's all good stuff. That's why this is essentially a quasi wrestling stream, because I am watching and I am commenting on it, but I'm also talking about movies and other stuff too. So, because if this is purely wrestling stream, there'd be a lot of people who'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Also, I don't know how I feel about the cell being red. It's kind of cool looking, but it also makes the cage look like complete plastic and not metal. Which is why I don't know how to feel about it. It's harder to tell whether it's real or not. Also, with these two guys and this kind of match, you got to keep it fast-paced. So I really hope they don't try any rest holds or anything, because that would be stupid. So they need to start doing a few more. They need to start doing some big spots soon. Otherwise, the people are going to lose interest. You're going to hear the boring chants, and then people are just not going to care. Jedi Starship, tweet, chirp, tweet. Cheyenne says, Steph is in Texas and doesn't know the wrestling. Didn't ever think that would happen. I know, right? Shinfield, Game of Thrones, Jon Snow and Daenerys having a super baby, predicting right now. Most likely. And they're also related, which is very weird. Which is very bizarre. Someone who normally watches streams, Alexander, has a lot of thoughts on that. But yeah, Jon Snow, Daenerys definitely will be interesting, to say the least. Yes, 70B, thank you so much. Again, if you want to join the Discord, if you want to be a part of the community, if you want the conversation to keep going, if you just want to keep talking about movies, wrestling, whatever it is you want to talk about, join the Discord. There's chat rooms for everything. There's a movie chat. There's a music chat, TV chat. Of course, there's a general chat as well. And also, there's a voice chat. So you can actually go into, there's 2 different voice chat rooms. Each one has a 10-person limit, just because obviously if you have more than 10 people, it's going to be insane. But sometimes I go in there randomly. I try and go in there after every stream. Tonight's different because I have school tomorrow and the pay-per-view is going late. So no post-chat stream tonight. But Shinfield says Daenerys is his aunt, actually. Yeah, but still, they're related. So that's what I meant. Definitely an odd choice, to say the least. An odd relationship. An odd relationship. Donald Hudson loves to chat. Donald Hudson's like the prince of the Discord. Setting says, but keep Odin's Discord clean and legal. Thank you. Yes, please do that for sure. I do know that there's at least a couple of students who have found their way into the Discord. So do try and keep it clean. Clean and legal is probably the best explanation. Because I don't want to have to ban anybody. And my Valks have the same power to do that. Michael Stark says, I think that John will be forced to kill Danny to fulfill Nissa prophecy until her fire soul with Valyrian steel magic. Interesting. Perth Comics, man, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. Again, I'm not going to be on much longer either. It's 9:23 where I am, so. Shinfield, Spaceballs 2, does that count as clean? Yes. Sure. The search for more money. Lando says, oh, we got to behave. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Overtime, I might make a PG-13 room and try and find a way to limit the people who can get in there. But as long as students have access to it, yeah. Wrench Powers on Discord. Damn right, Tina and Steph. These Superman punches are stupid. Just go away, Roman. Also, they have got the footholds for someone to climb. So I wonder if this is going to be the match where they climb up the cell. I thought it would have happened in a Jeff Hardy match, but it makes sense seeing that he was injured. So it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, Perth Comics, you have a good night, man. Was that a botch? Foley counted 3, I think. I need to see the replay. Did Foley count 3? Because if that's the case... Cowboys are winning. Well, I'm glad that your team's winning, Steph. Kegger says, with Foley as ref, I'd bet someone gets thrown off the top. Yeah, seriously. Seeing that they've been promoting, saying, oh, it's the 20th anniversary. And also, as you can see, they have the footholds in there. Because the ones at the bottom are for the camera to go through. But there's no reason for them to have them any higher than, camera height. So it makes a lot of sense that someone at some point. But can you imagine both of those behemoths on top? Roman's big enough, but, Braun up there? Good God. And if they try and, dude, if they try and if Foley, I don't think Foley's gonna do it because there's no way Foley can go off the cage anymore. But good God, if Foley somehow gets thrown off this cage 20 years after he was first thrown off the cage, it would make it memorable to say the least. And it would definitely be a way to distract people from a crap ending of Roman probably winning. But still, I don't know why you would have the footholds there if you're not going to have someone to climb. It's just silly to me. Unless they reuse the same one, but I don't understand it. Oh, what you getting? Don Hunt says, I'm still listening, but off to patrol the Discord I go. Yes. What's going on in the Discord right now anyway? Lando Calrissian has joined. Good Lord. Lando, you better behave, man. Yeah, Donald, watch him like a hawk. Kegger, Braun and Robin probably weighs the same as Taker Foley did. I don't think so. No. Because Taker was probably around 300 pounds. Braun is 360 plus? So it's more weight, I think. But no. It can hold it, but I always get nervous when you have big bodies up there because anything can happen up there. If something breaks, if something doesn't work the right way, you could go through. Oh, Braun. Lando is always good. Lando says no promises. Lando. Kegger says Roman is the smallest of the four.
And suddenly Strowman's taken over. Watch this. Watch the impact. Feel the impact. And listen.
Smaller than Foley was at the time? Because Roman's taller and is thick. So I would think that Roman would have been heavier than what Foley was at that point. But even so, I'd imagine that the extra 60-plus pounds that Roman has over the others makes up for that. And as I said, I'm not saying that it's going to happen because of the weight. I'm just saying that, you know, anything can happen. Oh, it's a long way down, yes. Michael Stark says, I think John's story will end tragically. He lost everything else. He was resurrected just to fight war and then will die again. George R. R. Martin said that he is not alive. He is just fire. He's not alive. He is just fire white. What? Interesting. I've never heard of that concept. I don't read the books, so. As far as the series go, he's alive, so I wonder what that means.
This is perfectly legal. Whatever is going through the depraved mind of Braun Strowman is totally legal within the rules. Everything these two men have done to each other in the past, and oh my God, right in the chest of a rampant ray.
Jesus. Antonio, my mom says hi. Well, hi. Okay. That's weird. But hey, how's it going? Kegger says, hoping for Lesnar run in to cost Roman title. Man, that would be awesome. That would Lesnar. That's good because, for multiple reasons, it's good because not only does Reigns lose a title, and then you have the whole Dogs of War dynamic that you could Roman versus Brock that's not for the title, so you could actually have them, you know, go for something a little bit different. Maybe change the dynamic of the match. I don't know. Or maybe in a Survivor Series match, you could have them as like the heads of the Survivor Series teams. Brock could be on one side or something. I don't know. No, no. The only thing that would work since they're on the same brand, the only way that would work is if they do a Dogs of War versus Hounds of Justice dynamic. So I don't know. Shinfield says losing just like Dave Bautista. Good lord. Anything though that leads to Jason Clark says this has been an interesting match. Seriously, Jason Clark, it has been. I don't hate it. I don't quite love it either. To me, it's with this kind of a match though, where you have a guy that, you know, as big as Braun, where he's obviously limited in what he can do. There's only a few ways that this match can end. No. That's stupid. That's stupid. He better not win. Thank God. Jason Clark, gotcha. Michael Stark says he was speaking in a TV show. He just like Whites of Night King, but they are fueled by ice, while John is by fire, just to fight in war against the Night King. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to find out what happens at the very end. All right. So we knew that people would come out. Ooh, maybe one of them goes up to the top. Now that would be interesting. Maybe one of them gets thrown off the top rope. I mean, off the top of the cage. Could be interesting. This is a very interesting dynamic. Let's say, does Brock come out and change the dynamic? Yeah, maybe Seth goes off the top. Is this where Dean Ambrose goes heel? There's a lot of different things that could happen. But as I said, the only thing that will make this worth anything is if Roman loses the championship. That's just my own personal opinion, though. All right, we definitely got some people going up the cage. So this makes a little bit more sense because you got a lot more agile guys there that can actually climb the cage that aren't as old and beaten down as Mick Foley or as large as Braun Strowman. Yep. Yep, there he is. Oh my god. Also, whenever I see anyone climb the cage, it always makes me terrified because all one needs to do is slip. And then it's just like, it's game over, man. Tina says, hey folks watching wrestling stuff, is his hair this short now or is it longer? I see pics of him with longer hair. Which one are you talking about? Oh, these always make me nervous. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, McIntyre's going up at the top too? Holy crap. Holy crap. This makes me nervous. I can't look at the link right now. We got 3 guys topping on top of a steel cage. But say, if Mick Foley somehow gets up there with them, it's going to be crazy. Game over, man. Game over. All right, we got a little bit of a break. Let me just let me check it out. What link did you send? Oh, that thing. Holy crap, dude. This is terrifying. Oh my god. No, he's got long hair. That's just it's in a ponytail in that image. So no, he has long hair. that was the image that you sent, Tina. Is his hair is in a ponytail, so it's long. Oh my god. Oh. This is nerve-wracking, guys. Like, seriously, there are 4 guys on top of this cage. It's a chain-link fence, essentially, holding 4 different guys. It's crazy. Hold on. Michael Stark says, John is resurrected by Melisandre, who is the priestess of the fire god. Roller after war, and he will lost purpose and die again. All right. Could be. Yeah, rest in peace, Owen Hart, for sure. Going down's even worse. No. My goodness. This is also something that they do where they go down a little bit lower to fall, which it's still a big bump, but it's not nearly as bad as being thrown out the very top. Shinphil says, O's reaction make this worth it. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying it, Shinphil. It's just, if you're watching, you're like, please don't fall. Because these are real people who could get really hurt. Yeah, see, now they're not as high. So they're only a little bit taller than the top rope. So it's still going to hurt, but not nearly as bad as an extra 5 feet up. Shawhan says, there you go, Odin on Discord. What's on Discord? Nice. That's awesome. Are they both going to fall off? Are they both going to go through a table? Also, this whole time that they're fighting, Roman and Braun have been out of action. Which just doesn't make any sense. Because last time I checked, I thought Roman was on the offensive. But it's been so long. Alright, they both went through the table. But again, from that high up, it's not as impressive. Again, they went through the table. And again, that's nothing to snuff at. These are guys still going through a table. But it's not as impressive. If Shane McMahon, who's not a full-time wrestler, can go from the top all the way through the table, just saying. Just saying. Yeah, no, Shawhan. Oh my God, it's Lesnar. Sorry, you spoiled it, but I had no. Oh my God, dude, there he is. Kegger, you called it, man. Oh my God, please cost him the match. Please cost Roman the match. Holy crap, is he gonna kick the door down? Dude, also it's great to have Paul Heyman here. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was cool. Dude, Braun looks good with the beard, man. He's got to keep that going. Holy crap. Do you know Braun Strowman has entered the ring? Yes, Kegger. Please. Please cost Roman the title. The mace! Yes. Oh my God, this is fantastic. Is he gonna someone that's? Oh, he just hit him with half a table. He's hitting him with a table, like half a table. It's broken off. Dear Lord. Oh, this is fantastic. But he's attacking both. Don't enter no contest, man. Please let Roman lose the title, please. We need RVD ECW. For sure. Wait till I see what happens next. I saw the mace. It's a huge man on his shoulders. All clear in the Discord. Sounds Dental House. Nice. All right, cool. Sounds good, man. Don't let this be the way the match ends, though. Seriously. If this is the way the match ends, I'm going to be pissed. So if I miss any chats, guys, I don't want to watch it because I don't want any spoilers. Dude, Lesnar, what are you doing, man? Take the title from Roman. He took your title. Take it from him. What? What? No. That is stupid. Dude, Vince doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Dude, Vince sucks. Seriously. Are you kidding me? You're going to end the pay-per-view like that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh, guys, that makes me mad. Wow. All right, well. Oh, that was stupid, man. That was so stupid. No, seriously. No, I think he did because you can see he's cut down, so he's obviously stopped taking whatever he was taking before because he's been slimming down. All right, guys, so with that crap note. Oh, my gosh. That pisses me off, seriously. Dude, seriously, Braun got screwed, and now it's going to be this whole thing where we're like, oh, well, now there's going to be a triple threat. It's like, no, because then all you're going to do is you're going to let Roman Reigns beat both Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar at the same time. Gosh, Vince is just, ugh. All right, guys. I know, just like last time. Just like last time. I have not had a good pay-per-view yet, and some people say, well, the rest of the matches were good. Doesn't matter. If you don't end on a high note, that's all people remember. If you cannot end your main event in a good way, it's just, ugh. All right, guys, anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all had fun. Again, for those who were watching the pay-per-view along with me, hope you had a blast. Hope that you enjoyed my commentary. But also, guys, if you, yeah, seriously, Adam Cheyenne, total garbage. But also, if you weren't watching, hopefully I was able to engage with your questions and comments about movies or anything else. So y'all have been fantastic. Donald Hudson says, Odin releases godlike rage upon the pay-per-view. No, seriously, man. Rage. So much rage. All right, guys, so I got to hit the hay now because... Oh, why? Seriously, the second time that they've done me dirty, man. The second time they've done me dirty. You're absolutely right, Stephanie. All right, Kegger, you have a good night, man. Mr. Peabody, Stephanie, Tina, Lando, Donald, Shawhan. Who else am I missing? Who else is active in the chat? Anyway, guys, I'm going to watch y'all as y'all head out. So thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have been freaking amazing. Love you guys so much. Huge shout out to Edward Coleman for your donation and also the Mr. Pete channel. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are fantastic. Y'all are awesome. Love this community so much. Y'all have been so fantastic. If you want to keep this conversation going, go check out the Discord. One of my Valkyrie will post a link to it if you have not joined it already. Keep it clean, but it's a really good place to come. You can jump on the voice chat and talk to some people in the chat so that way you can understand or actually know what people sound like and hear their voices. It's kind of really cool. It's a new way to connect. It's awesome. I'm not going to be able, unfortunately, to join in because I got to head to bed. So, Lethal... on lunch break to hang out. Yep, and you came in at the wrong time, man, because we're ending the stream. So, Lethal, thanks for stopping by. Pagan God, always good to have you. Half 1000, Michael Stark, Jason Clark, Heimdall, you are also always a boss, guys. You are fantastic. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great night, and as always, God bless. If you want to check your cookie count, do that in the next, minute or two, because I'm about to shut off Heimdall. So, thank you all so much. Y'all are fantastic. Love you guys. Love you guys. Have a good night.